alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you well on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down. And the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar. And I'm on the job, magic items in every shop. So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
Just a quest and you know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the part. And let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 roll. And I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over, grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a gnoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. Please don't.
Are we
Let
here?
me check
Or
on
are
my
we there?
audios. Oh my
Or are
god,
we
is
everywhere?
everything fucking working?
Lies.
Oh,
the
holy
shit?
shit.
Wow.
Everything is working
Fantastic.
from launch.
Let's go.
Should we?
I might cry.
Don't jinx it.
Someone?
Don't jinx it.
Don't do
I'm
it, don't do it,
kicking-
don't
I'm
do it,
kicking
don't do
the
it,
wood.
don't do
Don't
it,
do
don't do it.
that.
I'm kicking the wooden framing around the bottom of my wall.
As long as you ain't kicking me.
All right. So
No, I have to
everyone-
wait till Gen Con for that.
Yeah, well, we're all gonna wait for Gen Con, then we're gonna beat the crap out of you.
You gotta catch me first.
You know what? I'm slow, but I'm sneaky. You will have like a walking stick shoved between your
You're
knees
also
as
going to
you
be
try and sprint.
exhausted, Sam.
So
Both
Both
bring
of you
polos is
assume
what I'm
I get
hearing.
tired.
Consulting Sam a good time because I don't know. Some
We've
people enjoy that.
spent time together in the real world, Sam. I know you get tired. I will remind you of Bean
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
Bean is the
and
beaner.
feeding the cat at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dinner and a Game. We really hope that you are in a good mood, that you've had a great holidays, and that everything went so well, and you have nothing to complain about. We know that that's probably not even close to what happened, but we're gonna pretend because we're playing a role-playing game, and that's what it's all about. Pretend.
It's fun to pretend.
It's fun to pretend.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when the pretend has nothing to do with reality. And tonight, that is especially true because we are going to be playing Fabula Ultima. It is it's a new RPG. It's wonderful. Oh, where's my book?
My buddy.
No way.
There it is. Is that it?
Gotta
It
find
ran
the
away.
book.
It grew feet and ran away.
That's too loud. Let me go. But Fabula
Are you
Ultima
looking for the book?
Yeah.
You looking for this?
There.
You looking for this?
The book!
For that one, yes. But yes, Fabula Ultima is an amazing RPG. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix this sound because it's really fucking loud. There. But Fabula Ultima is a great RPG. It's designed off of JRPGs. If you guys, anyone's ever had experience with JRPGs, or for those who haven't, it's designed to kind of be like playing an anime. And it has that feel and style to it, and it's if you've ever played, you know, what is it, Final Fantasy VII, any of the Final Fantasies, it feels a lot like that on the leveling system. So you guys should be in for a treat tonight. It is a pretty quick and fast system, so that's one thing I like about it. Combats don't get bogged down, but all that is going to be what we're going to be doing tonight. But instead of the normal situation where I'm running the game and all these people get to be tortured by me, I have volunteered to be tortured, and the amazing, the champion of bards himself, Sphinx Akasha, will be running for us tonight. Now, we've had one game before this. It is up on our YouTube, but I need to let you guys know the first game is not yet. The holidays and everything like that, I bad boy. I was supposed to edit it together. I haven't done it yet, but I've got everything I need to do that now because I just fixed it up tonight, and we now have our own intro and everything. So we will be doing that. I will be doing that this week because I'm actually technically still kind of off work this week because I'm between projects. So we'll be doing that this week, getting that put up on YouTube, and we'll have all these up on YouTube and the however much longer it takes us to finish this brief campaign. So all that being said, let me say hi to all these amazing people and let them tell you who they're going to be playing tonight. First, we will start out. Who wants to go first? Volunteer. Because if you go first, you get to pick who goes next.
Ray, I volunteer you since you are also a player.
Oh, well, that's
Fantasy Daddy told you.
true. I have been told. So,
Fantasy Daddy spoke.
So basically, I'm playing Tal Gren, and there's one thing you guys need to know: we, as players and storyteller, we make up the world, we make up the races, we make up everything. Sphinx had a map for us, and that was like kind of the only real outline he had. And he had some general descriptions of some of the continents and stuff like that. And so after that, we just made up shit that went in there. So my Talgren is a Minotaur, and they are they're a society that I based them kind of loosely off of the Dutch around the 18th and 19th century, where they still had a lot of people following traditional ways, but the Dutch were also developing modern banking at the same time. So their culture was in this huge state of flux where they were like people trying to be traditional and living traditional lifestyles, and then the young folks coming in and just like, no, we need all this modernization. Tal was raised by a very traditional family. He follows the old ways. He uses spirit magic and animus magic to basically bond with animals, creatures, and get power from them. He is young. He's naive. But he has come out here to seek aid because where they live is kind of being assimilated by other areas, like let's just say developers have come rolling in, and they want to gentrify the whole place. So Tal's looking for help with that, and he has come out of his little quaint village, and he is trying to find that now. And so, oh wow, neat. Thank you, Misfits Playland, for the follow. But we're going to go ahead and pass this around. Since I got to go first, I'm going to pick who goes next. And because they are absolutely fucking adorable right now, Dice Goblin Black Cat is going next.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Dice Goblin Black Cat. Though tonight I will be playing Biscuit. Our take on Rocket Raccoon, if Rocket Raccoon
Yes.
wasn't an asshole and was just a tiny bit autistic.
Wait, stop. Rocket Raccoon was massively autistic.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure he was, yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
I am
think
playing
about
a high-int, low-wisdom character.
There you go.
What if Rocket Raccoon were raised by hobbits?
No, what if Rocket Raccoon were raised by Tinker Gnomes? Make it even worse.
Oof.
but also still hobbits.
Yes,
And much like Ray was explaining that he was able to create the race and culture of his character, I was able to look at Tolkien very solidly and go, that works, and take hobbits and just make them raccoons instead. So,
Brilliant.
hey, I'm making it simple. Like,
It's gonna be amazing.
Biscuit's ridiculous. It's fine.
You get to pick who goes next.
Okay. I'm going to pick Vixie.
Hey, it's me. Sorry, I was just realizing there's something in front of my face on stream, and I was like, "What is that?" I gotta know. There's nothing on my camera or here, so there's something on stream. Anyway, hi everybody. My name is Vixie Bell, and I'm your friendly neighborhood player here at the dinner and a game table. Tonight, I will be playing Doruba, a Ruby of the West Wind, whose name I don't blank on like I do some others. I'm sorry. Guys. Anyway, she's the extrovertiest introvert you'll ever meet, I guess. She's very introverted and is still learning common, so her speech is slow and very carefully pronounced, unlike mine sometimes. And she is a very powerful caster. She's a paladin of sorts, I would say, only without I guess smite is a loose term. We get creative with the smiting, I think.
I mean, you did kind of smite someone last episode,
Really
so...
did.
I mean, it was at the cost of most of my MP, though. I couldn't do anything after.
Oh.
I was
Still
like,
pretty damn dope.
dude, it looked cool. I was like, get smote, and it's like, and I'll let you guys handle it. I'm gonna go over here, far away. But anyway, but yeah, that's what I'll be playing tonight. And since I get to choose who goes next, I'm gonna pick Sam, because Sam thinks he was taking a drink, and I had to wait for that moment.
Oh, that's evil. That's evil. I remember that. Evil thing is back on.
We're
Evil thing is back
starting,
on.
so it's on now.
It's on now. Like, it
It's
wasn't
always
a minute
on
ago.
with Sam.
Go ahead, Sam.
What is up, y'all? I am Sam. Oh, good lord. Markov & Co. on most socials, whenever I can actually find the time to be on them. You guys can, of course, find me here on Wednesdays. Usually for our Kingdoms of Mist game, which we should be wrapping up in about a month or so.
Mm-hmm.
All goes according to plan. God knows that happens all the time.
We plan things.
No, I plan things.
The
Then
rest
we
of us
don't-
just blow it up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah, you
I
plan.
love you.
Oh my god. Yeah. If you ever want to see someone plan something, go watch any one of those episodes where Drake is making plans for how we're gonna go through the next encounter.
Maniacal bastard. He's a maniacal fucking bastard.
And since we're, well, go ahead.
other than that, you guys can find me on Tuesdays over at ADH Adventures, where our ongoing 5e game, I show the reason why me playing a caster that can edit spells is a bad idea for our enemies. And then starting up on Tuesday, what's normally one of our gaming days, we have a very, very special project. I'm gearing up with a friend of mine from over at City of Glass Games. And we are going to be running a Pokemon Black and White Soul Link.
What?
For those who aren't aware of what that is, it's essentially a randomized Nuzlocke with the additional technical challenge of two people are playing the exact same time. Whenever you both catch something, they are linked, meaning if one of them dies, the other goes with it.
So the other person basically has to delete it?
Yeah. So you're worried 50-50 on what's going to happen to you and 50-50 what's going to happen to your teammate. Because you can be doing fine, but then your teammate gets a surprise crit on them. And now you just lost your star team member.
Well, it does happen.
Way more often than you think.
And who are you playing tonight?
Tonight, I play the Thunderbolt of Muriel, Fulgrim. A masked warrior who combines martial prowess with spellcasting to quite literally drop thunderbolts on heads or through chests.
Which is something you also did last episode.
Yep.
Yeah, that poor ship.
Poor shit.
Yeah. You helped demolish an entire ship. That was a whole thing.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure they're all fine. Yeah.
We definitely saw them all die.
We saw
Good.
everyone die.
Good. They had their opportunity to run the moment they saw that mask. They're like, no, we got this. They did not have this.
Listen, it's not our fault they decided they wanted to fuck around, find out, and lose all their stuff and lives.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
They made mistakes.
Mistakes
One
were
was
in
not
fact
running when they met us.
And so
It's
we
called the
have...
group Raffo.
Yep. We have one person left on the player side, so... Miss Liz.
Yes.
I like that Sam chose who was going next.
Well, Sam didn't have any other choices. What's he gonna do? Make someone go again?
I could have. I was
Sphinx still
considering
had to
it.
go.
Sphinx is the GM.
Yes,
he
but I'm
goes
not
last.
a player.
Hair flip.
Still counts.
Hair flip.
I don't have enough hair to flip. Let me go get a wig. Hold on.
I'll flip your hair for you.
Oh.
Hey, yo!
Oh. Dinner at a game after dark.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey,
It's kind of winter. Everything's after dark at this point. Like,
that's fair. That's fair.
sorry, just getting into character. I'm sorry.
No, good. Yes, we like it.
Hi, I'm Miss Liz. I'm currently dying because of bronchitis.
But they
It's
still
fine.
chose to play
It's-
with us.
It's the tail end. It's just the coughing at this point.
It's the slow rattle of death overtaking.
Literally. But I am playing Drea. She's also from Muriel. I kind of made the bad guys. Drea is not a bad guy. Drea does not support what's going on. The ruling council of Muriel is some bad dudes who are making choices.
Douchebags.
We're
Douchebags.
Crappy
no.
choices.
I'm just here to. Well, I was just here to. Thought I could hopefully find my brother, but apparently he's dead. So now I'm just here to
Buddy
shoot
dying
things.
again. So
Now I'm just here to shoot things and electrocute them.
yeah, there we go. Electrocute them. And one quick thing, we do have a hydrate from Kel. And Kel, you did play the Stitch High, but I forgot. That's the one thing I forgot to set up. So I put the sounds in there now. I'm going to play it for you in just a second. So
There was two of them because Radio Free Will did as well.
Yeah,
So
Will
we
did
started
one too.
What, a hydrate or a hello or a hi?
The hello.
Oh,
Hey.
Ow.
If the entire cast does it, does that count as the soundbite?
Sure, why not? But anyway, go ahead and sorry. The last person on the list is the most important person in all of our hearts.
I already
Fantasy
went.
Daddy.
Fantasy Daddy.
Daddy, we love you.
Fantasy Daddy.
The champion of
gosh.
bards themselves, the teller of this tale, Sphinx
Oh my
Akasha.
Oh my gosh, what an intro. Hello, everyone. I am, in fact, Sphinx Akasha, your champion of bards, the aforementioned Fantasy Daddy. And if you all come close, Daddy's going to tell you all a story. You can find...
Just give me,
Oh,
a minute.
immediately
Give
from
me
that
a
image,
minute.
you
I gotta
handle
fix
that.
I gotta fix the goosebumps.
there ain't no fixing that.
Fine, everything.
That's going to
Hi.
live rent free in my head for the next week.
Just dying over here in the corner. Don't mind me.
I'm sorry. I'm completely holding it together.
Are you though?
No.
Are you though?
Better than last
Are any
time.
of us. Are any of us. You can find me just about everywhere on the internet now at Sphinx Akasha or at the Everbright Archive or at the Everbright. And I'll explain about that in just a moment. You can also find me on Tuesdays and Wednesdays right here with Dinner and a Game as we play Emerald Sanctums, which is our World of Darkness open world splat game, which is also this current chronicle is also coming to a close soon, so stay tuned for that. And of course, on Wednesdays, I'm in the same game with Sam and playing Kingdoms of Mist, which is run by Ray. And yeah, I'm looking forward to kicking the shit out of Workus because he fucking deserves it. That bastard.
Oh,
Sphinx.
we've got a couple of
Sphinx.
more sessions of RP because there's some stuff that's going to be happening, and it's going to be amazingly
great.
Oh,
wonderful.
I'm sure.
No, Ray, just remember this.
Hmm.
The more time you have between things,
Mhm.
the more time you give me to prep.
Cool. It's.
Yeah, but we'll actually follow the plans this time.
I was gonna say the more
Yeah,
time, the
that's
more
the
time I
question.
give you to annoy everyone else, and eventually they shoot you.
Say that now.
You said that now.
Operation Golden Shower.
Oh God, no.
I can't unsee it now.
I'm
Can't unsee
I'm gonna
that
have to
either.
ask you to never do that again.
Yeah.
I might have to tell your wife that we're kicking you out of the room for Gen Con.
We're kicking you out of the room. You get to sleep in the hall.
Yeah. I'm
Go
just
stay
gonna
with
go ahead.
Sam.
I'm just gonna keep going and try not to think about what Sam just said.
I like that plan.
You can also find me on Saturdays playing on ADH Adventures as we switch back and forth between Heroes Arc, which is what we played last week, and then Unlicensed Magic War Crimes, which is what's coming up this week. On Sundays, you can also find me with ADH Adventures playing in The Tale That Never Was. It's a time travel dimension hopping game. It's if you like Kingdom Hearts and Doctor Who and Howl's Moving Castle and Treasure Planet and a few other things that get referenced along that, you're in for a ride. It's a fun time. And then the other place you can find me is on my all new TTRPG Actual Play Anthology podcast series called The Everbright Archive. The premise is that we want to tell diverse stories with diverse people using diverse TTRPGs because, let's face it, Pathfinder, D&D, and World of Darkness, everybody knows what those are, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's some really, really cool games out there, like the one we're about to play, that deserve to be showcased. So check that out. Episode 2 just dropped today. And in that story, we are playing, in fact, Fabula Ultima in the world that I'm about to describe to you. It's called Phaedos. It is a dungeon planet. There are 12 floors. Some of those floors are habitable. The others are basically planet-sized dungeons. So stay tuned for that. We've got like a quartet of teachers that got isekai'd from their version of Earth to this planet as heroes who are essentially trying to figure out how to free themselves and everyone else on the planet. So check it out. Follow us on Discord. Follow us on all the socials. Check out the Ko-fi and support us if you can, because we'd like to keep the lights on, and that'd be fun. In any case, why don't we begin our story, or we continue our story? So, previously on What the Hell Did We Get Ourselves Into? Our quintet met up in a tavern in the city of Rhapsody, the capital city of the Kingdom of Anthem, the Kingdom of Bards. They were all brought together by a missive from the King of Anthem in conjunction with an organization known as the Circle. You see, a couple of weeks ago, something happened to this floor's moon. As in, it broke, and part of it has fallen into the ocean. No one seems to know why, and so our band of ragtag casters, tinkerers, fighters, and blasters are brought together to investigate exactly what the hell is going on. They meet up with the king's consort, Magnus, a very, very outgoing green mohawked goblin artificer who is just, he doesn't really have any interest in any kind of politics or kingdoms or anything like that. He's married to the king, but all he really wants to do is continue building shit, because that's what he's good at. He builds a prototype airship that he lends to the party as they head off towards the easternmost nation called the Meridian, which is about the place where it was the sun. The fragments of the moon that were shot or blown off were sighted as falling, and some weird things may or may not be happening there. So you're investigating to find out exactly what's going on and to see if you can get any leads on what the hell happened to the moon. As you were leaving and crossing over the undying nation of Dirge and across the undying depths, you were all accosted and beset upon by a group of by an air pirate ship, hoping very much to take your ship and add it to their fleet. You all pretty much said no, and as we might have mentioned before, Ruby of the West Wind laid down a lightning smite upon the ship and everyone on it. Shots were also fired. People might have been stabbed. And Fulgrim basically did a flying leap dive with a spear and some lightning into the chest of said pirate captain. Might have blown up the ship and caused it to sink into the sea. Maybe. Just a little bit.
I just made him dirty. I don't know.
You did some cool shit. Let's be real.
Don't look at me. I was healing people.
Hey, you took his weapon and
I
said,
didn't take
yoink.
shit. I didn't take shit. Did you see me move over there? No, I didn't take shit. I don't know how it ended up in the bag.
Somehow, yeah, through mysterious means, Biscuit did happen to acquire in her bag the pirate captain's basically flaming rapier, and it figuring out what to do with it, I guess. So you are still in your or on the deck of your airship, the Wind Song, as it's called, heading towards the Meridian. It has been about, I'd say it's been about 5 minutes since that fight ended, and you all are still kind of reeling. The adrenaline is starting to kind of slowly trickle out of you, and excuse me. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. What are you all doing at this point?
Well, I'm pretty sure that it was requested because that sword was too big for me. Shocker. But I went to give it to Fulgrim, and he was like, "Can you take this off, like this enchantment off, and put it on something else?" And I went, "I don't know. Let's find out." So I think Drea and I were gonna go mess with
Experiment.
that.
Yeah,
And
we were going down. We were
see
going
if
down
we
to
could
the
do that.
Okay, you guys are going down to the lab.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. So let's start with that. You all make it down to this gleaming silver, like almost like pristine and sterile lab. This lab has never been used before, and I am terrible because I've forgotten. I don't know where my notes are, and I've forgotten the name of the little robot that is now piloting the ship. Do any of you remember?
Oh gosh. No.
Hold on, I have
No.
I
I
know
have
that we gave
somewhere.
him aviators for some reason.
Yes.
He does have aviators now. Yes.
He does
Um,
what was it?
I don't remember.
It's a good name too.
The Windsong
Yeah.
Magnus airship. Wait, I didn't write it down. Oh no. What?
The one thing you didn't take down in your notes is the one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
One thing I should have taken down. Oh wait, Harvey. There we go.
Yeah,
Because
that's what it was. It was Harvey.
I did of him. His name is Harvey. And Harvey, the main body of Harvey is still piloting the ship, but Harvey has split off into a floating orb that is wearing aviators and is following you down to the lab. That's right. While he's in pilot mode, he's got a bit of a southern accent. Well, now I suppose y'all are gonna go ahead and do some experiments on that there sword. How y'all? What do y'all intend? I might be a little bit helpful here.
Okay, so basic concept, we want to take the fire from the sword and put it on. Fulgrim, where's your spear?
you went downstairs without talking to Fulgrim, actually.
Yeah, we got really excited. We just started heading down.
Well, no, like he said it was like 5 minutes after we finished the last one, and that was like right after Fulgrim had said, "If you could put this on something else," and I went, "Okay."
Yeah, and he did collapse his spear, and like so long as I get it back in one piece.
Okay.
I mean, you can
Alright.
come with. I'm sure there's space, but either way, we want to take it from this and put it on this, and that's pretty much it.
Jesus.
So you guys have. It sounds like you guys have the spear, and so Harvey is now kind of floating above. You can almost see kind of these like digital like ones and zeros and like targeting reticles begin to form in the reflection of his shades. Well, now that seems like a mighty interesting object. There was that the thing that that old boy Fulgrim used to basically turn that pirate captain into a shish kebab.
Yeah, we just want to do it better.
So you're trying to take from the power that is wielded by that there rapier
and put it
and
in
transfer it over to that
This is
there
scale.
spear.
Yes.
Yeah. Lightning and fire.
Well, let's see if we can't figure out exactly what this here flaming toothpick is capable of.
Toothpick to you is huge to me.
May I remind you my young friend, that I am quite a bit in this form smaller than you.
Then how are you thinking this is a toothpick? It's huge. It's bigger than me. Forget it. Let's take this stuff and do these things.
It was a very feeble attempt at humor. We will persevere.
Don't worry, I missed a lot of it. Moving on.
Move. All right. Well, if you would like to place this here their sword on this here table, and there will be like a laser beam coming from one of the spokes of the aviators that like points almost at like a spot on the table. Want to place that there? I should be able to scan said object and give you a rundown of what it's capable of.
How tall is the table?
Drea will just take the rapier and put it on the table.
It would come up to like Drea's abdomen.
Because we remember I'm like 2.5 feet tall.
Yeah, the table's taller than you.
Can I get a stool?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And the orb moves over to a wall, and where you are standing,
Sorry.
Biscuit suddenly starts to, and you're
Oh,
lifted
that's handy. That's handy.
from the floor, and like almost again, like because the properties of this ship are weird. The way Magnus built it almost looks like you're being lifted by liquid metal, and the metal is then beginning to form itself into the shape of a stool.
I love Biscuit's future dad.
Yes.
Biscuit's future dad.
Did you miss the part last episode where I literally went, "Will you adopt me?"
Yeah.
And Magnus did pretty much like, well, yeah,
Yeah.
we can work that out.
Biscuit, the weirdest princess.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Princess Biscuit.
Hilarious.
Kingdom full of bards and Biscuit.
And Biscuit.
Now get Biscuit.
I mean,
second in a
and Biscuit and Magnus, because Magnus is also a tinkerer. So yeah, you are lifted so that you have a pretty good view of this table.
Okay. Fortunately, Drea was kind enough to put the sword up on the table because I'm short and small.
It's also bigger than you.
That's fair. The Harvey's orb just kind of floats over, and this green light starts kind of shining from the aviators, and it passes over the sword, starting from the hilt very slowly, very much scanning the object. Oh wow! Oh, that's fascinating.
Would you like to tell the class?
Oh, we're teaching now, are we? Well, hang on a sec. And the aviators kind of split off, like they shake and they split. Well, not so much split, so much as duplicate in like this weird, almost like liquid form. But the bit that split off moves over to the top of the orb and forms one of those like poofy professor's hats, tassel and all.
Just wanted to see the diagnostic.
All right, class. Now listen here, class. I tell you, there's some fascinating stuff here that we got here for you.
Oh dear.
This here blade is called the Flame Stoker, and it's an interesting fiery rapier. It burns, baby.
Like a burning ring of fire?
Like a burning. I mean, if you wanted to make a ring, well, certainly you could do that.
Nope, I love
Sorry.
it.
I've got to remember to bring that back. That was very poetical like of you. Bring that back to Mr. Cash back in Anthem. I'm sure he could do something with that.
Cannon! Johnny Cash is from Anthem.
And he basically like throws up kind of a digital screen just behind the or just upon the wall behind the table. And it pretty much puts out a 3D scan of the sword, and it's kind of revolving in midair. Now, this here sword, this is a wondrous object. It does some extra damage when you use it, but what's really exciting about this blade is that it passes through resistance, armor, magical armor and resistance, any kind of magical shield. This thing would cut through it like a flaming hot knife through butter balls. Or just butter. Mostly butter.
Thank you for the follow, Degroth.
Yeah, thank you for the follow.
Hi, Big
Thank you, Degroth. What's happening?
We'll go kill Liches later, promise.
Degroth.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. It's fun though.
Try not to interrupt the scene.
Now, one of the other wondrous things that this object here does is that it grants the wielder resistance against fire.
Ooh.
So that could be very handy. And also, and it kind of, you see this kind of, it looks like a reflection of light suddenly passing over the faceplate of the sphere. And then you see the blade suddenly go bright red and then just flames all across the blade. And that's very handy for doing all kinds of fire damage, as well as its standard piercing damage. That's always nice too. So yes, this is quite an amazing sword. It would take some time and some analysis to ascertain, because it's a magic blade. This is not a form of technology. This is straight up hocus pocus and tomfoolery, which you and I know that I have no real experience with. That was a lie. But yes, the properties of this here blade can in fact be transferred over to another object. It would just take some time and a bit of know-how. Is this something that you would still like to attempt?
Bye. Yeah. Want to do that.
Well, all right then. Let's get to it. And at this point, we get to use a fun mechanic of Fabula Ultima, known as the clock system. So, my first question is going to be, of the pair of you, who's going to take the lead on this project?
I don't know.
I feel like Dex and Insight are probably going to be big on this. Yeah?
Yeah, probably.
Very likely.
I've got D10s for both.
Then you take them because I've only got D8s for both.
All right. So we get to add a lovely clock to our fun little time here.
I'm not confident in this, but it's about to be something.
I believe in you.
We're gonna
I believe in
add.
Biscuit.
I believe in Biscuit more than I believe in me. Let's be real.
I'll praise the biscuit.
Oh.
Maple biscuit.
Maple biscuit. So, here's how this is going to work. I will have the both of you roll Dex plus Insight.
Ooh.
For every roll you get above a 10, or rather, Biscuit, your rolls will be the main roll. Drea, your rolls will be kind of the secondary roll. For every total you get above 10, we add a slice to the clock. For every roll, if you ever get a pair of ones on your die, that's a critical fail, and you will lose a section. But if you get doubles that are 6s or above, that's a critical success, and you will add 2 to that. You will add 2 slices to the clock. Drea, your rolls, if your rolls are above or 10 or above, you will add a +1 to whatever Biscuit gets.
Okay.
If you get critical successes, you will add +2.
Okay.
If you get critical fails, however, you will subtract +1. All right. So
That's okay. We're gonna be fine.
We're gonna be fine.
We're gonna be fine. I'm rolling d10s.
You're
We're
rolling
gonna be fine.
D10s. Yeah.
Statistically, we've got good chances.
I believe
all
it.
right. So just kind of to set the scene, how do the two of you go about preparing for your work? Like,
The
what does that
goggles
look
come
like?
down. I think Biscuit takes her bag, and I think it's like there's like this roll that she kind of pulls out and then just kind of throws in a direction, and it just is her entire toolkit that rolls out. And she kind of looks at the stool and basically I don't know if she's figured out how to make it go up or down yet, but she wants to just get it level with the table so she can just crawl anywhere.
Okay.
She is
Okay.
making this an extension of the table at this point.
Cool. So yeah, if we'll assume that you have made a request to have
Sure.
control of the stool.
How you make
And-
this thing go up and down, huh?
Oh, well, I can help you out with that there. And the Harvey's orb will come and like hover next to you, but at level with the table. He'll cast like a green, like scanning light over kind of the side piece of the table, and a console will kind of form out of the liquid metal that kind of siphons forward for you.
Okay.
That has, basically it's a control system for moving your chair up and down, back and forth, or wherever you need it to go.
Okay. Awesome. So,
Andrea, how are you preparing?
Drea also pulls out like a roll of tools. Hers is a little bit smaller. It seems like it's more of like a travel size one. And she pulls out a pair of like fingerless leather gloves that she puts on and actually pulls her hair like completely up and back to have it out of her face. And then just kind of like cracks her knuckles and is like, okay, let's get to work.
Cool. All right. Our first roll of the clock scenario.
hey, these actually did really well for me last time, so I'm hoping that just continues.
All
We
right.
got a 9 and an 8. So,
Okay.
17.
That is a success. So we'll go ahead and fill one section of the clock. And yeah, you begin to kind of, I'd say, at this point, you're more or less studying the runes and kind of arcane etchings of the sword, copying them down, making sure that you've got all like the spacing and spacing and things right, so as not to kind of mess with the integrity of whatever the actual enchantment is on the blade. Go ahead, both of you, and make me another roll.
Okay, so I got a 10 and a 2.
Okay, that's still a 12. That's still above a 10.
I know, it just made me nervous.
That's fair. That is fair. All right, so that is another success. You are kind of sussing out and kind of discussing, I'd say, between the pair of you, interesting methods by which you could just, by way of the runes, either copy or just straight pull the magic from one object and basically stamp it onto another. Okay, let's do another roll, please.
Can I just say, it really makes my heart jump when I see that 0. That's why I was just like, great, I rolled a 2. Nope, 12. We're fine. We're fine. Okay. 7 and an 8.
Lovely. I'm assuming that you. What did you roll, Drea?
6 and an 8.
Wow, I love it.
Wait,
Ooh,
a 6?
And an 8.
Those are both above 6.
Yes, Sam, we know. We know how to do math. We know how to
but
count.
they're not double 6s.
Oh, they're not the
double
same
numbers.
numbers. That's right.
I was
Yeah,
trying
they
to
have to be
figure out what
doubles.
your
They have
point
to be
was.
My brain
Like
just
they're
went,
both over 6.
We were like,
Yes, Sam,
yes,
made a
you know how to
floor.
that's how
count.
math works.
My brain just had a the floor is made of floor moment.
The floor is in fact made of
The
floor.
only reason that would have been impressive is if Drea was rolling 6s instead of 8s. One is 6 and one is 8. How?
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
There's no 1 or 2 on this dice. What are you talking about?
Like, what do you mean? Are we playing with Mario Party dice now? Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Yes.
I rolled a mushroom. What number is that?
8.
how many spots are on it?
What color is the mushroom? It's a gold one. Oh, that's a +5. Why?
A +5 to what?
Just a +5.
Oh god, it's like we
I
took
love
the
it here.
mushroom. Anyway,
Wait, you mean you?
All right, let's go ahead and let's do one more roll.
one more roll. 9, we're at least somewhere. 10, we're good.
All right. So
Thank
as you are figuring out kind of like where you are going, you realize that you're going to it's going to be less about copying the magic over so much as you now figured out that you are basically creating a sympathetic link between the blade and the spear, by which to basically siphon the magic over.
Okay.
As you two are figuring that out, the camera is going to pan upwards. So we'll come back. We're going to come back to this, but the camera will pan up above deck, back to Algren, Fulgrim, and Daruba, who I assume are still kind of on top deck as things are moving forward.
Yeah, Tal.
What are you all doing?
Well, I think we originally had gone to the mess hall to eat.
Yep.
I think that's where the session last left off. So we probably haven't left there yet.
Okay, then you are in the mess hall still.
And sorry, Ray, you were saying something about Togrim?
No, I was gonna say Tal's freaking. I think I blew about as many MPs as you did, so he's like exhausted as well. So food was a very good idea. Food
is
and then
always a
sleep.
good
Yeah, that's fair. I think after eating, Ruby is kind of like watching the others run off to go do their thing. She stands up and says, "Well, did you want to get in that session now, or would you like to wait until you've had a chance to replenish your energy reserves a bit more?" And she's saying this to Fulgrim. You're welcome to watch if you wish to observe combat forms. Tal.
I don't think that that's going to be quite my forte. And if I do anything along that lines, I don't think I'm going to be using a weapon. So, but I will be here. I still have a little reserve left if anyone stabs the other two hard, I guess.
I guess that depends on my next question. Because I have plenty energy to spare for a spar. What weapon?
She stands up and motions to Fulgrim to follow her and says, "You'll see."
Oh.
Doing.
We'll see. All right. This ought to be interesting.
Tal, I will try not to make your life too much, or much more difficult. If okay.
It's already fairly exciting, so I don't think we have to worry about anything else. Hopefully this will be the tame part of the evening.
Well, this is something that I'm engaging in because it is, what's the word? Entertaining?
I'm hoping for a spectacle.
Fun? I think fun is the right word in common. To a form of enjoyment.
Yes. Recreational as best.
Yes. Anyway, we should go. And she kind of turns with a flush, with like a flurry of a whoosh of her cape, dramatic whoosh, and walks out of the galley towards. I guess my question to you would be: is there a place where this would occur? Is there like a sparring room or a room in which the weapons are kept?
Yeah, there is. When you all went on your tour last session, you did see a weapons room with some tatami mats on the floor, big enough space to accommodate a rather good sparring session.
So that's where she would be headed.
I was going to say, if the spar room wasn't big enough, there's always the top deck.
Yeah, I was going to say, we can also do it out on the deck.
I mean, she's going there for the weapons. So if you would like to spar on the top deck because there's more space, I'm sure she'd be open to that suggestion.
All righty. I'm versed in most weapons, so whichever weapon you wish to use, I'll match. We can spar here, though I wouldn't be against sparring topside either. Weather was somewhat nice.
Ruby takes this all in, sort of quietly, and processes what Fulgrim is saying. And as she's listening, she takes her cape off with this like sort of flourish, kind of to give herself a little. She's playing into the Edna mode type of no capes, and hangs it up to just kind of reveal like a lightly armored frame underneath. She also takes off her circlet as well. That's a safety thing if she doesn't want to, doesn't want to accidentally brand herself with the circlet, if you know what I mean. It's popped on the head. But yeah, and she goes to the weapons racks and takes her time, kind of going through each of the weapons before she settles on one. And she reaches out for them. And as you finish your sentence, at the top side, the weather's nice. She tosses you a bow staff and says, "Oh, well, since you've agreed to this sparring match, why don't you choose where we spar?"
Topside will allow for the most maneuverability.
She nods and says, "Yes, I agree. There will be more space topside. It's also quite visible."
Is that an issue?
Right. She studies him for a moment. I suppose I should ask if this is a way of showing off because it's so visible.
Not at all. If you feel more comfortable sparring inside, I'm more than happy to oblige.
No, you chose outside. I shall accommodate you. After all, I invited you to choose the location.
Fair. The reason I asked for outside is it's much favorable to train in the open air than it is indoors. Natural light, fresh air. Though I'll admit it does serve a second purpose. Anyone with any brains seeing two warriors of our skills sparring on deck will think twice before attempting to do anything with this ship.
She mulls that over for a minute and says, "That is true. I suppose I didn't think of it that way. Perhaps I was hoping that we'd have a bit more peace on deck, but at least before we ended up in the Meridian."
There's one thing I've learned. Wish for peace, but show no fear in showing a blade. It is one thing to see a peaceful person and expect peace. It's another to receive peace after seeing someone show clear signs that they are able to commit great acts of destruction.
Of course. Well, let's get going then. I would hate, and let's make sure that we don't make Talgrim's life any harder than it needs to be. Shall we? And she reaches out a hand to like shake on it, like, you know, kind of the way you shake hands before a chess match or a major game.
Of course. I'm not seeking to injure you, and I hope you aren't to mine. That's why I won't be using any magic in this fight.
I also will not be using any magic in this fight. I did not intend for this to be some show of magical prowess. It would not be fair to you, I think.
Or to the ship.
Yes. Also, to go all out in my culture would be... she stops and thinks for a minute, almost debating if this might be awkward. Well... it's She starts walking up the stairs, still thinking of like the right way to say it. I think the word in common is courtship.
The way I was trained, going all out in battle is the honor you give to someone you were about to kill.
That is understandable.
Or
what I mean is a full display of combat skills, martial and magical, is part of the courtship ritual of my people.
I will have to be wary if any of your people challenge me to a duel in the future in that case.
She smiles slightly and laughs a little bit. We don't just go around courting anyone. You would know if that's the case.
I'm sorry. Is Ruby part Ichani?
Maybe.
That's because that's one of the things I remember about the Ichani. Star Wars.
How did they
reference
flirt?
and
They punched each other in the face.
And it's just like Tal's just sitting there going, checking off dating that race off the list.
Actually, I'm pretty sure there were three, especially in the old pup, that were touched on. That they all kind of did that in various ways. The Ichani, the Iridonians, and one that was less a race of aliens and more of just a culture, Mandalorians.
The Mandalorians, yeah.
Well, there we are. Having played a
All right.
But anyway, yeah, no, I think the what she's trying to say is that she's not going to go all out because she doesn't intend to court you, pretty much. And most people like of her culture would basically do the same, something similar. Like it's not the kind of thing where they wouldn't tell you. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, well, we're going all out. Clearly, we're going to get married now. No. They'd be like, no, I'm going all out because this is me intending to court you. Not to mention that would also require, there's a whole bunch of things that have to happen for that.
Valid.
Yeah. Unless this is some kind of weird isekai. In which case.
I mean,
It is a world where folks get isekai'd on the regular.
Yeah, but we're not the group that got isekai. We're from here.
True, you all were born here.
Yeah.
And as much as I'd love to see this courtship happen, because I think it'd be hilarious.
Agreed.
We got like one more episode.
That's fair.
I have made
true.
relationships happen in one episode. This would not be the first time I've done this.
I realize there is a certain level in all these games that consists of just a simple 3-letter word of bet, but still.
Like I said, I don't really do it. It's one of those things. Whatever happens, happens. But I'm just saying, like, there would be warning. It's not something that I'm just going to drop you into without discussing it with you first. You know what I mean?
Of course, on that same vein, Fantasy Daddy, can we have some more? No.
Anyway.
If you're really good.
Oh, God damn it, no! No!
Cat is like, what the hell, you guys?
Liz look like Liz is trying to come up with a response, but
No.
it's struggling.
I have the response. I can be very good.
Terms of service, guys. Toss.
It's
We have
toss.
warnings.
Me.
This is an 18+ channel.
Yeah, this is an 18 plus channel. So if you're below 18,
You're 12,
you
please.
get out. You're 12. Get out.
That
Mystery
being
rated M
said,
for mature audiences only. Please do not watch if you are below the age of 18.
I'm trying to remain in character here, and we have the most asexual of raccoons sitting with us.
That's legit. Speaking of that raccoon and that 3-letter word we mentioned a minute ago, as Fulgrim and Ruby are having this discussion, there's a very loud boom that comes from below deck, followed by a whiff of smoke that starts to kind of curl up the stairs.
And Biscuit crawling up the stairs going, everything is fine and definitely nothing is on fire.
Are the tips of Biscuit's ears smoking?
Possibly.
You are the expert. I will take your word on it.
Oh no,
And
she's gone.
Self is
Yeah.
not on fire. I'm sure it will all work out.
That was an explosion.
Harvey's
As long
orb
as
comes
my
up.
Spear is operational.
Harvey's orb also slowly rises from the staircase. Yes, everything is fine. We're all fine. How are y'all? Y'all doing all right? Good. Bye.
We're hundreds of feet above the ground and you're blowing up our ship.
No, nothing's blowing up. Nothing's blowing up at all. I resent that remark.
Please refer to the statement of everything's fine and definitely nothing is on fire.
I didn't say anything about fire. I said explosions.
Hold on. Nothing is on fire. Something is on fire.
Ruby turns to Fulgrim and just says, "This is why we should probably not make Talgrim's day any harder. I think."
Because I'm doing that all on my own.
Indeed.
Correct.
Because you gave me that idea, please take a Fabula point.
Yay!
Yay!
How do Fabula points work again? Over here.
So Fabula points you can use to affect roles or affect situations, usually by invoking one of three things. You can invoke your identity, you can invoke your theme, or you can invoke your origin.
So everyone's getting a
Or
Fabula
you
point.
can also
I said, so everyone's getting a Fabula point.
You, Kat, are getting a Fabula point for giving me the idea of the boom, because that was great and I loved it.
I just wanted to know how they work because we have a bunch of them already.
You do.
Yeah, at
have
this point,
a
I'm up to
bunch of
6.
them. And the more you spend of them, the more XP you get, and the more likely you are to level up.
Okay.
Unless you're us and we're just powering through this bitch because we're a mini-series.
There's also that, yeah. There's very much also.
Sorry, details.
To let
Well,
you guys,
so-
to let the audience know real quick, the level system in Fabula Ultima is very much like a JRPG. So, like, the highest level is 100?
I think the highest level right now is 50. I know they're coming out with
I think
another
it's
couple
80.
of expansions. Is it 80 now?
I think it's 80.
No. I think the highest I've seen so
Oh
far.
no, you're right.
is
Because of all
40?
the 2 books that came out
Mhm.
after the.
Oh
core
yeah,
book.
that's right.
You're
They did expand it
Yeah. So, yeah.
because you can
every
go
single
up to
time-
10 levels in each class.
Mhm. So, every
But-
time they keep on adding more stuff on, this
The
game
level
just
cap
grows.
increases.
The level cap increases. Yeah.
And
Like
so
many-
they also add additional stuff in there and additional scaling options so that you can keep enemies relevant.
It's pretty dope.
He's pretty
Alright.
dope.
So yeah, you got right now the level cap is 80.
So essentially, Fabula points are just do cool shit points.
Do cool shit
Yeah,
points. Yeah.
no,
Doing do cool shit, trigger certain abilities, but also in situations that are kind of dire, also use things such as your ambition, your theme, your origin, your identity.
Yeah, you
Use
can
those
use them to like
influence.
add roll. You can use them to add the things to your die roll, or you can use them to simply re-roll your die, which is a good time. Or there are situations where you can just be like, that guy's walking forward. I don't like him. I'm gonna invoke a thing, use my Fabula point to make a crack suddenly appear in the floor, and he trips over and busts his face. You can do it.
I like to call that the absolutely not.
Fuck you.
You're like, oh no, the fuck you very much.
No, I've seen it happen with a disintegrate spell before, where it was, all right, before you see a big red no.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A big no.
You don't.
Fuck no.
Yep. In any case,
So,
I think it's time to assume the position.
hey. Hey.
I had to do it.
Stop it.
It's open.
Terms of service.
Oh, it's a toss up. It's a toss up.
Obviously, I meant combat stance, you guys. Where were your minds?
I mean, clearly Sphinx is just doing an
Where it
ASMR
always
channel.
is.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Wouldn't that be an E? What was it? No, I thought I had something. No, it vanished.
We all
Damn
thought
mind
you had
goblins.
something and then it cleared up.
No, the mind goblins took the train again.
Damn.
All right, we're trying to have a fight here. Let's go. Let's fight.
All right.
Literally, as soon
So,
as
a couple of rules here. So, for the purposes of the sparring combat, you'll be using standard wooden staffs,
Yes.
which will use your dex and your dex and willpower rolls for.
Okay. Okie dokie.
So, and I will go ahead and set up that. Sweet. So as you assume the positions. God damn.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Anyway.
Yeah, I clipped that.
You
It's
also-
currently in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Where we
this
going?
entire game is
Railings.
nothing but.
I love it. You see the railings around you on the deck of the ship begin to rise, just ever so slightly. They rise at about 3 feet in the air, and you hear from reverberating from like everywhere and nowhere. Well, I understand that y'all are going to fight. It's a friendly fight, and I understand that. But this here to keep any of y'all from accidentally pushing one or the other off the edge. Don't want any accidental casualties. Seen one too many of them in my time, albeit short. Never a fun time to have a colleague get accidentally tossed off the bow of a ship. No good. All right, now that's me. I will also be keeping an eye out for y'all, just in case, and I'm here if you need me. Carry on. And the PA goes off.
Oh God. Okay.
Just setting the staff down, he'll actually reach in and he'll tug at the ties on his tunic and literally bring it down to where the top of his tunic just comes down and he just wraps around his waist so that he is just pretty much just, you can see, like, he has no undershirt underneath, so just bare-chested, no tattoos, bunch of scars from various creatures and blades.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
Sorry,
So,
I was also hunting for a D10.
So from here, what I'm going to do is have you both roll initiative. And in this case, initiative will just simply let us know who's going first and who's going next. And then we because it's basically a Pong match at this point between the two.
A Pong match. Okay. All right.
Oh God.
Let me go ahead. I have a -1 to initiative. You're fine.
There you go.
All right.
I
So
was
let me
gonna say-
see.
So it's Dex plus willpower.
Assume the Pong.
No, I'm sorry. It's Dex plus insight.
I'm gonna roll on the thing for that.
Actually, that might not be a bad way to do it, because then you can just click it and it'll automath it.
Yep. 8.
All right.
So Dex and Insight.
Okay.
6. Oh, that was
Ruby
you
is-
did Might and Might.
Oh,
yeah, you did
I
do
the
Might
wrong
and Might.
thing? Did I do
Yeah,
that?
for some reason when you do the initiative, it'll just do a configure check, so you still got to select which ones you want,
Okay.
Mhm.
Let me go ahead.
and then like put in any modifiers, difficulties,
Sorry. Say so. It was dexterity,
dexterity, and insight.
insight. Okay. Let me do that again. 13.
Even better.
All right. All right. Daruba, you are first up.
I think that after everything calms down and they like get into this position to start sparring, Doruba does a little flourish with the staff, and there's a moment of her kind of studying Fulgrim. Not in a I'm checking you out way, but in a you know how samurai, before they ever fight, they can determine who's going to win the match based on stance alone.
That's
It's
stare
very much-
down.
Yeah, it's very much that kind of stare down, that like kind of Akira Kurosawa film vibe, and she strikes out at Fulgrim.
Sweet. So yeah, in that moment just before the first strike, there is a gust of wind.
Leaves from non-existent trees.
From nowhere in particular, just a couple of cherry blossom petals just flitter by.
All right, who has prestidigitation?
It's just a side effect of whatever you're doing on the bottom of the ship.
I was gonna say no. This is just the way this world's mechanics work.
Remember, JRPG.
Yay!
Yeah. There's there's a god entirely dedicated to just random bullshit effects.
100%.
Ta-ta, ta-ta.
It's like, wee.
Oh,
It could be the
this
ship
needs
itself.
some
Remember,
cherry
we're
blossoms.
It could be the ship itself. We're from the land of bards. We're from the land of bards. So if there isn't some kind of special effects on this thing, I would be surprised. So,
Yeah, the ship was created in Anthem, so yeah, that tracks.
The ship
That
has a
tracks.
setting for cinematic background stuff.
Yes. It just has like
Yay.
We're
random
in speed mode.
compartments.
We're in battle mode. We're in cinematic bullshit.
They've got random compartments with different things located all around it. So it's like, oh, someone's looking at somebody romantically. Let's make random flowers go across them as they stare.
I was just gonna say Harvey's like a bunch of Harvey's eyes come up and start filming it from all different locations.
oh.
One's doing
Yeah,
that quick
yeah.
pan around shot. The other one's doing that, on a wire shooting down the front.
The crane shot,
Absolutely.
randomly, like what the?
all the cool drone shots.
Yeah.
knowing Magnus would have 100% programmed something.
Like all of a
that
sudden, there's
into
like
this ship.
different just pylons that pop up, and there's lighting and.
some kind of weird, like you have no idea what track it is, but like some weird battle track is playing in the background. And you're like,
Yeah.
And if you happen to go down to the mess hall right now, there's definitely just a couple of buffet tables with like snacks and shit, and a PA going, "I don't know where this is."
There's 100% like freaking. There's somehow commentators on like.
No,
a
it's no,
screen.
not commentators. They're not commentators. As it pulls back to you two facing off on each other, you both start bouncing on the balls of your feet for some reason, and life bars appear above your heads.
oh god, get
I
over
can't
here.
control. We're bouncing. Why? I don't like it.
Quick, somebody do something. When we stay idle too long, we're gonna do something weird.
Yes.
The idle animations you have no control over.
Do I need to roll for the swing I take at Fulgrim?
Yes. Yeah. Roll for your attack.
What am I rolling for? So what did you say it was for the bow staff? It was the Dex and Willpower?
Dex and willpower.
Okay, so I'm rolling. I'm not adding anything to this, right? I don't, unless it says I add something to its staff. Oh, I rolled for my two-handed staff, apparently. It rolled for me. All right. I don't know if I did the right things, because I just clicked it.
Your staff would be willpower plus willpower, I believe.
So that's not correct. I rolled the wrong thing.
Correct.
Don't pay no mind to me pushing buttons in the background. This is
No
just a
worries.
regular bow staff, so I don't get any bonuses to it. I think my problem was that
You would still get your bonus to your damage,
Okay.
but nothing from the actual.
so the actual action doesn't get anything added to it. So I'm just gonna roll my
No.
d10 and my d6 like normal.
Yep.
Ooh, not super. That's a 4 and a 2.
4 and a 2, so that's 6 towards Fulgrim's defense.
Which
That
is
will fail.
11.
Oh yeah, it's very much a feint. Like then it's very much like we can call it. She swings and a miss, but she swings and she misses pretty much. Then.
So let's say it's less a miss and more blocked.
Hmm.
Like I was going to say, it's like if it's super low,
Then
it's
blocked.
definitely a miss. But if it's like somewhat in the ballpark of the armor, it's definitely one of those thematically. Probably the armor saved your ass, or it was a
Sure.
close deflection.
Well, I think Fulgrim is such a master of his craft that it definitely could have been a block. Because she could have pulled the thing where I'm going to catch you off guard, and you were like, "LOL," but she thought, you know.
Just kind of like roll it over the neck, just to
Yeah.
block on the other side.
All right, and so yeah, and also something to bear in mind. One of your actions that you can do on your turn is also to guard if you don't want to just straight up attack. So
Okay.
stuff to bear in mind. That adds like a +2 to your defense.
Mhm.
But that was Ruby's turn. We'll take Fulgrim's turn, and then we'll go on a bit of a break.
Yes. Because after doing that block, he's going to return the favor with a strike of his own,
Oh, oh no!
which he's going to do it almost like almost make it look like a lunge, but halfway there alter his grip and then quickly bring it down into a slam, aiming for the inside of one of the legs. The technique my dad taught me when I was in martial arts, and oh, that sucked the first time.
Not the old arrow to the knee. Why are you like this?
And I actually retooled the staff so it did willpower plus dex.
All right.
I just don't know if it's going to automatically add. Let's see, unequip. How do I?
Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, you definitely got me. Probably.
Yeah, 19 versus your 11 defense. Yeah, you hit for 16 points of damage. Go ahead.
Just
and-
that. Go for the jab.
Oof.
Ultra grip. Right on the inside of the thigh, and then right back up again.
I think
All
that.
right. And
Oh yeah, Ruby. Like just this is flavor reaction. It's not like there's any bonuses or anything. But yeah, Ruby like takes the hit and like it forces her to step back because that hurt. But she's also stubborn enough not to like back down, so she resumes her stance and gets ready to go at it again.
All right, and as we see these first two blows, the camera will kind of start to pan out, and that is where we will take our first break.
A cloud blocks the camera view.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take about a 10-minute break so everyone can get drinks and stuff like that and stretch their legs. Remember, if you haven't gotten a drink yet, drink your water. If you haven't taken your meds yet, take your meds. We love you very much. We want you to be here and stick around with us as long as you can. So, we're going to take a 10-minute break. We'll be back. See you then.
Bye.
Where's my mouse? There it is.
Stay in the wild alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you well on your way. Wait, could I extend a quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game, it warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down, and the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop, so let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
Suggest a quest and you know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the part. And let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 null, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over. So let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword. Join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with a knoll. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over. Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please don't let the game be over.
Don't let the game be over.
Please 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 don't let the game be over. Please let me win you over. Grab some dice, grab some dice, grab some.
Dinner and a Game and Many Worlds Taverns have partnered together to bring incredible teas and coffees to the Dagger family. And now you can get 10% off of your orders when you use the promotional code Dinner and a Game, all one word, no spaces, at checkout. And if you use our link, manyworldstaverns.com/dinner and a game, we get a little bit back from Many Worlds Taverns as well. Support excellent products from an incredible small business and help support Dinner and a Game at the same time. And always remember, at Dinner and a Game, we always save you a seat at the table.
play, so I'm just kind of like hoping.
All right, and welcome back. We are back for more shenanigans, tomfoolery, and dice rolling. For those of you just now joining us, welcome back. Welcome to Dinner and a Game, and welcome to what the hell have we gotten ourselves into? A Fabula Ultima game. Fabula Ultima is a fantastic system if you like anime, if you like JRPGs, if you like Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger, anything like that. You're in the right place tonight. When we left for break, our two magical warriors, as it were, Ruby of the West, and Fulgrim, were having themselves a friendly little sparring match. Daruba made a strike and missed, and Fulgrim went for it and got a good hit off of Ruby. Meanwhile, below decks in the laboratory, our two of our tinkerers, Biscuit and Drea, have been analyzing a flaming rapier that mysteriously somehow appeared in Biscuit's pack after fighting a bunch of airship pirates. And no one knows how it got there. No one knows how the captain's sword got in her backpack. It's weird. It's a weird occurrence.
Like for
I mean,
but
Biscuit barely knows. Like, let's be
Biscuit
real.
doesn't know. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair.
All
But
I
everybody's
very
just-
clearly remember is that piece of paper that says "I memorized exploding runes today." And
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. That sounds about right to me.
no, it said boom. That's what it said.
It said boom. And they're analyzing and figuring out how to move the magical enchantment from the sword to Fulgrim's spear. But while they're doing that, let's go right back to the sparring match, where our we go back in the combat initiative to Ruby.
I think I'm gonna actually choose to guard. I think Ruby's gonna choose to guard because she's feeling Fulgrim out. Like she's kind of getting a sense for like his combat style. So I think that she's a little more like she's tried to hit. She's been met with pain, and now she's gonna be a little more guarded.
All right. So you're gonna guard, and that will add a +2 to your defense,
Yes.
and that will end your turn and bring us to Fulgrim. Fulgrim, what are you doing?
He sees the more defensive stance going up, and with his training, he's taught when an enemy defends, you break their guard.
All right. How are you gonna do that?
Ooh.
Oh no. I'm in danger.
Oh, no.
Underneath the mask, he gives a smirk, which you obviously can't see because it's just literally a smooth face with two little eyes. As he runs forward, it almost looks like he tosses the staff up and swaps for a moment to unarmed.
Oh.
Okay.
And he's going to deliver, considering unarmed is considered one-handed, he can make for an attack action 2 attacks with it. And then catch the staff before it hits the ground.
See how that works.
Where do I see what my defense is? Is that a curiosity on my character sheet?
It
It's
should
on
be
the attack
directly
sheet.
under your HP. There's defense, M defense, or magical defense.
Got it. And because I'm guarding, I add 2 to that, right?
That's correct. So you're at a 13. You're at
Okay.
13 for both.
If you're looking for rules on 2-weapon fighting, it's unironically on page 69.
I love that.
I mean, that page does have to have something on it.
It's just funny in the context of this specific battle, okay?
Because it's actually the two of you starting your courtship. Approved.
Who says that this won't become a giant polycule? Just
True
saying.
that.
Every single one of our games becomes a giant polycule.
At some point,
It's already
yeah.
come out. No.
All right, go ahead and make your attacks.
Because, Goblin, we can love you. We don't have to physically love you. We can still love you. So you're part of the polycule, so shut up.
Biscuit is too clueless. Don't.
So,
Biscuit is the Furby that we cuddle with when we go to sleep.
The Furby? You cuddle with your Furby? Those demon creatures?
oh hell no, we don't mess with those things. So first hit is a 15, second hit is a 10.
Okay.
All right.
Now I
Only
think
the
we
first
had
hit.
the same. I'm about to say it. I think we had the same defense. So if you had a +2 from guarding, that second one is gonna miss.
Yeah, the second
that
one's
second
gonna
one
miss.
will
The
miss.
first one's gonna hit. Because that's what I was just doing calculations.
Even without the guard, that second one will miss. But
So.
yeah, you will take 9 points of damage there.
Ow.
That punch.
Probably say he's less of a puncher and more of a using his height to be more of a kicker. So probably tosses up, jumps, and spins into a flying roundhouse, then tries to come back around with a second roundhouse kick, and it gets blocked.
Yeah, I think
Alright.
he catches on like the second time. The second, like for the second kick, and like I'm gonna let this flow into, if you'll allow it, I'll let it flow into her attack move.
Go
And
for it.
obviously she might fail, so this may not go off the way that I imagine it in my head. So then that's fine. But I think the first one connects. She takes the hit. She's not looking too great from it. She then uses her staff to block the kick and tries to use Fulgrim's momentum against himself to like flip him, like with her staff.
Ooh.
Like basically use it as a giant lever and go flippity flip.
All right, make your roll.
So that is a Dex D10 and a Willpower D6 with the bow staff. I would petition to roll with advantage because I'm smart, but I know I'm not going to get anywhere with that, so it's fine.
Hit him in the face.
In this case, this would be an opportunity to use
Mm-hmm.
your
Fabula point.
use a Fabula point and invoke one of your traits.
Okay, so then I'm going to do that. I'm going to invoke. I can invoke my past, right, as one of my things.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm going to invoke my past. She has a flashback of getting her butt handed to her in training when she was training to become one of the Storm Knights. And her teacher's voice is in her mind, and the teacher says to her, there will be people who are bigger than you, who are taller than you, who are more skilled than you. And that's when you have to get creative.
Hit him in the face.
And she hit it. She rolled a 10.
A brick.
A 10 and a 2.
Oh no, don't do that. I cannot recommend that.
A 10 and a
Hit him with a brick.
12.
So So that's 12 total. With the addition of your Fabula point, that makes it a +2. So you hit him. What's your high roll die?
My high roll. What does that mean?
It means of the 2 die, which one? Oh, so you said that was 10.
Yeah.
So you do 16 points of damage with that hit because it's high roll +6.
Fulgrim went flying, I guess.
So yeah, you effectively take Fulgrim's feet up from under him.
Ouch!
I think that she points her staff at Fulgrim in that way, and says, she doesn't say anything yet. I think she just points it and waits to see what's going to happen, what Fulgrim's reaction to this is going to be.
All right, which brings us to Fulgrim.
It's probably the staff still falling. Probably catch, whip legs back, and use that to try to sweep the legs out from under them with the staff.
Oh, sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg, nice.
It's like I got
But
knocked
Sensei,
down.
I can win this thing.
I may have
just-
not gotten down,
It's just
but I
a
ain't the
guy.
only
Hit him
one.
with your car.
Hey, this could also be very funny, so this could go two ways.
Talgrim, as you were watching this, like
Mhm.
how was Talgrim experiencing this fight?
So Talgrim has taken off his cloak. He's folded it up as tight as he can get it. He's laid back against the gunwale of the boat, put the towel behind his head, crossed his arms, and he's just grinning his ass off as he's watching these two people beat each other silly.
Legit.
So that is a 15 to hit,
15 will absolutely hit.
Yes.
16 damage.
Ooh.
Good God.
So yeah, I think that'll do it for Ruby.
Just-
Pretty much, if I recall
Ruby's
her.
got 1 hit point left.
Yeah. So I think what you were trying to sweep the feet, right?
Yep, he was basically just quickly getting up, hitting the feet, and then rather than just going straight through, he was always taught when you sweep the legs, you go crescent moon,
Mm.
because that not only brings our feet out from under them, but also forces their legs up, and the rest of the body slamming down.
So Ruby, again thinking creatively, is instead of like even all of this physics is happening, she chooses to fall forward because now your hands are up by your chest, and she's gonna fall on top of you to basically bind your hands to your chest, like because everything's up this way. Does that make sense?
Ooh,
Physics.
smart.
Oh yeah.
Make the roll. I love
Oh
it.
god. I
And-
gotta-
Thank you very
Would
much
that
for
be
the
a hinder? What would that be?
Thank you very much for the follow, hello operator.
Oh yay! Thank you for the follow.
Hello, operator.
I love your TikToks. Yay!
Buddy!
But yeah. Anyway, what was I gonna say? I think that would, because she's not still using her staff. She's kind of using her body. But
Okay.
I want GM, so I'll just pitch it to the GM for final ruling.
Okay, so that would be that sounds like a hinder to me. Give me a Dex plus Insight check.
Hell yeah, that's 2 d10s. So I'm gonna roll my d10s twice. My d10 twice, because I don't want to go hunting for another d10. I don't know where they are. Okay, so that's a 9, I think? Or is that no? Yeah, that is a 9. Okay, so 9 on the first die,
Okay.
and a 10 on the second die.
All you needed was a 10 total. So yeah, you have him now pinned to the floor. I would say that you are effectively dazed.
Yeah, I think so. Ruby is like looking down at Fulgrim. She's kind of seeing double, like it's double right now.
Oh, this is so petty. Because for him, until somebody yields, the fight doesn't stop.
She hasn't said anything yet. She's going to say something.
So with this hands down, is she planning on saying anything in this next minute? Because otherwise, she's gonna act and. Oh,
she was about to say something. So and I think that's what I was trying to decide. I was like, is she gonna say something, or is she too stunned to say something? Because that actually like finishes the job. And she My God, my dinner and a game after dark.
Again, it's winter. Everything is.
I know.
Everything is dark this winter, baby.
Stop it, fantasy daddy.
Okay. The biggest question then, would you rather them be dazed and see what happens next, or have enough to say something and the fight ends here?
Well, see, it's a hard pitch because I kind of both outcomes would be interesting depending on how they go, but I think at this point, like she's hanging on by a thread. So if one more hit and she's out. So I do think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the choice in Fulgrim's hands. Because she is breathing hard, she's seeing double, but she does manage to say, well, that's the part is what is she going to say? I think she says, Fulgrim, yeah, enough. And then you can feel her voice like giving out a little bit. Like she's
right as she starts to, she sees like his head rearing back, his muscles tensing as he's basically ready to use his unarmed strike as a headbutt. And then she says that, and he just kind of stops.
Right at her. Oh, what a badass! What a badass!
It was about to be a full-on just skull bash through the mask.
All of the shippers just lost their shit. I want you to know that.
Yes.
Hey, I told you this is already happening. Like it's been established.
And now
You can't stop it.
100 shippers just punched the air.
Like
The internal shipper is crying.
you yield.
she nods wordlessly. She's not going to be able to get much more out of herself in the current state that she's in.
All right.
Wait, you know what?
Do
No,
me a-
I'm going to say that. I would say there's two of you right now.
All right, let's get you. No offense.
A duplicate of
I'm
Harvey's
flattered.
Harvey's orb shoots up from the floor, and it is adorned in black and yellow and white stripes, still with the aviators. But there is a whistle now attached to the orb, and it blows the whistle and goes, and that's a match.
So,
I apologize for nothing.
Talgrin is still kind of just laying there, and he just holds out a hand. He's gonna spend 20 MP. Ow! And you both heal 40.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
And the fight continues.
And the fight continues.
Back on. No.
Oh, and then Tal pulls a little bitty bell out of his pocket and goes, "Ding! Round 2."
The Harvey duplicate just kind of turns to Tal and goes, like the whistle disappears. Really? And as that happens, the camera will shift immediately downwards back into the laboratory.
There's Drea's face is just kind of like blackened from the smoke from the earlier explosion.
You totally look like Biscuit at this point.
Yes.
This is hilarious. I love it.
And it looks like as you are just finally like getting the smoke out of the room. Harvey has helped by like creating some filtration systems into the wall so that it doesn't like leak out into the top deck. It is now the smoke has leaked out from like the floor and from the bottom of the ship where no one can really see who isn't looking for it.
This is fine.
It doesn't need mufflers, but it totally has mufflers for some reason right now.
Yeah. And
There's just
Harvey
things that look like portholes that are fans. Just
the other Harvey orb is kind of floating there. Well, that was an experience. Didn't think I'd actually have watch anything explode or have to lie to anybody on this ship, but you know, they still young.
I mean, we're working with fire and electricity. I don't see how this couldn't have ended up with some level of combustion. I'm just saying.
Norm was enjoying this. Pretty good, honestly.
That you do make a fantastic point there, Miss Biscuit. That it was bound to happen one way or the other.
I mean, I feel like we kept the damage to a minimum, so like I think we're fine. Anyways, so how do we know if this thing worked?
Well, let's maybe we run another test or two, and I'd like you to make another Dex plus Insight roll. See how much more of this clock we can fill up before we go about testing it.
Gotcha. How much? Where is the clock? Is that on the board somewhere?
The clock is. It is not, which is kind of sad. I don't know. I figured that the clock would appear for everyone, and I've got to figure out how to fix that. What I will do, since you are kind of the lead scientist in this matter, I'm going to put the clock on your character sheet.
So that I might see this bitch.
Indeed.
There we go.
So you've got 4 of them already set.
Hey, I got 3 levels in gadgets. Let's do this, bitch.
All right. And I can't remember what the gadgets level does.
I mean, I don't think my infusions... Honestly, actually, infusions might help with this on some level, but I don't think it literally helps.
I put the clock on the wrong character sheet. I put it on Tal's and not yours. That was dumb. Let's try that again. Ability. There we are.
You still rolling your 8 Straya?
Yes.
All right. Let's go.
I'm scared.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, Drea, what'd you roll?
I got a 6 and an 8 again.
Okay, because I got a 9. So...
Okay. That gets you a +1. You're at 10. So that fills up another slice of the pie. You got one more.
Only one more? There's only one more slice of this pie?
Gimme. I like pie.
Give me doubles. Give me doubles. I haven't had doubles since I stole that sword. You know, not complaining. I got a 4 and an 8. We're at a 12. We're fine.
All right.
This percentile likes to roll 8s. I don't know why.
That's weird.
Like,
well, all right. So you kind of tap into kind of the energy being siphoned off, and there is a very, very satisfying pop that occurs when it's done. The energy from the sword dissipates and just kind of... And now you see that those runes on the sword are dead. And empty. And the duplicates of the runes that you have now painstakingly sketched into the spear are now very much alive. You have successfully transferred the enchantment from the sword over to the spear. The sword is now just your run-of-the-mill rapier. It just looks a little fancier.
Biscuit's gonna look at the rapier and just basically go, cool, and like just push it off the table at this point. And then and then proceeds to like take out one of the precision tools, get away from the away from the runes that are important and proceed to put her version of a maker's mark on there, which is totally just like a weird stick figure chibi of her, as like just of her.
I love that.
I love
I
it.
love that.
I'm also imagining just what looks like a little sketch of what looks like a gear with a raccoon face, kind of like at a slight angle.
I mean, that's much more cool than what she's doing.
She's like chiseling a raccoon.
This is very much just like the worst stick figure animation, but raccoon.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, you have essentially. I'm not even going to make you roll for whether or not how good that looks. You just do it. You've done this before.
I don't care what it looks like. It can look like trash.
So yeah, your maker's mark is now on the hilt of that spear, just below. Oh well, far away. So you said you were kind of aiming for away from the runes, so a bit away from where the runes stop.
Yeah, I don't want to mess up the runes,
Yeah,
but
that's-
I am
that's
leaving
the
a
joke.
mark on this staff.
Yes.
And Harvey kind of looks at the spear, looks at the both of you. Well, I'd say outside of the explosion, that was mighty well done, y'all.
Thanks. I'd like to say I've had practice at this, but that'd be a lie. Let's get this shit up to Fulgrim.
Let's go.
Well, all right then.
How much does this collapse to? Like, I know it's a
It's like a full on Biden's, but it's almost like it compresses and shrinks to where the actual staff part is maybe like a little bit longer than a longsword handle, and then the actual Biden two spear parts actually seem to collapse and combine to almost like the entire thing could quite literally pass as a short sword with a really long handle.
It's Prince Nuwata's fighting spear from Hellboy 2.
Is it something?
That is a good reference for it.
Is it something that Biscuit could theoretically wield in its collapsed form because of size?
Yes, more than
Okay.
likely.
Then she would definitely collapse it so she can properly carry it and kind of like just pop it against her shoulder and go, all right, let's go see him.
All right, let's go.
So
Delightful. So you both make your way upstairs, and I'd say by this point, you know what? Hang on, I need.
Do we come up to just the stop of the headbutt? That's what I would really like to come up.
Oh my god, the evil laughter.
Yes, you do.
Great.
well, shit, I
Ruby
feel like
has-
we're interrupting
has Fulgrim
something.
pinned.
Oh no, we are definitely interrupting something. We'll come back later. You two finish and.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you want
we-
to watch,
we-
you want to watch. That's fine.
You start just talking and like Talgrim also healed us, so like now we're surrounded by like magic glowy shit in this position. Like
Yep.
And also, like, the music has definitely changed because whatever weird bard god is watching us has definitely decided that has changed. And there's, like, more flower petals, but they've changed.
More.
Yeah, there are
sakura
somehow flowers. There are
blossoms.
like cherry blossoms coming through the air right now.
you just hear it like in the background. Cute cherry blossoms, go, go, go.
Hey, Drea, you ever think this world is just a little bit too weird?
I just need. Sometimes it very much seems so. We'll let you two do that, Fulgrim, when you're ready.
Why are there
The spears.
like in that moment before she's like fully healed? She looks at, she sees you guys addressing her, and she's like, "Why are there 4 of you?"
This totally applies to the earlier comment I made when this came up the first time, and you were like, "There's 2 of you," and I was like, "Yeah, all 3 of you get a room." And it just now I actually get to do it. It's great.
I love it. Harvey's like, well, look at look at here. This is an interesting predicament we seem to find you in. And then sees the other Harvey drone sitting there. Oh, well, hang on a moment. and the two of them slam into one another and merge. And there's a moment of like sparkling lights that kind of affect across the orb. Oh, I see here. Oh, this was the end of the. Oh, right.
Damn it, Sam.
Face y'all forgot.
All right. And Fulgrim, are you shirtless? Good God, man. Show some common decency. There's a lady present.
Well,
I don't know what entirely we interrupted, but I feel like we interrupted something important. I mean, maybe we can come back. Like
we'll
come back.
come back. We'll come back. We'll go back down. We'll come
The
back.
match.
It's not what it looks like. This was a spar. She's like,
Sure.
she's feeling better now after the spar. Magic. Thanks, Talgrim. You're the best.
Has Ruby actually gotten off of Fulgrim?
Yeah, she's getting she's in the process of trying to get up off of Fulgrim.
Without
No.
touching him.
Y'all realize there ain't no clean way to do this, right? Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah, this is a messed up game of Twister.
I am just going
I
to
will
be
say-
the devil's advocate in this and point out that by now you're both sweaty and sticky.
Yeah. You've been exerting yourselves quite a bit.
Perhaps we should leave the three of them to whatever this is. and we'll
you
come
know,
back
when
later.
you're ready to look at your spear, we're ready. But if you want to deal with your spear a different way and you can need some space, I mean,
Immediately looks up. It's
Just-
like,
I'm dying.
I'm flattered. Though I think Ruby might have hit their head a little bit hard. Or that kick might have connected a little bit more solidly than I was expecting.
Drea, I'm a little confused about most other cultures and their hoarding rituals, but is this shit normal?
Not entirely, but perhaps for someone of Fulgrim's nature, it is a little more similar.
Ironically, you've got that backwards.
Ruby's propping herself up with the bow staff, trying to get to her feet with and still awkward, but trying to disengage to make it less awkward, but it's more awkward still.
The moment you're free of him, he quite literally kind of spins 45 degrees, leans all weight back on his shoulders, pulls his leg back, and just kips up.
That she
And
It's
you are
like
still
as-
dazed, and that status did not go away just because Tal used standard healing magic on you. You're still dazed, my friend. So
okay. So
I need to
I'm
roll.
on the staff for dear life, and there's definitely multiples of now everyone around here. She's trying to focus her gaze, and she's hearing the voices, and she's like, no, that's not how that works. If I actually went all out in a matter of courtship, Fulgrim would know and would have had to acquiesce. We don't do anything without consent. And also, he probably wouldn't have survived. Because we go all
Is
out.
that so?
I feel like we are again walking in on a thing that we should not be here for. I'm just saying.
That's not what's happening.
I would-
I'm trying to tell you.
And Harvey's like, I would love to actually sit here and observe that. That would be fascinating. I could bring some
Buddy, that
very
is
very
all
good
you.
data back to Magnus.
That feels wrong somehow. It feels very wrong somehow.
No, it's for science. I just don't want any part of it.
I feel like my meaning is being lost. Talgrim, surely you understand, right?
Oh, me? No, I just was facilitating things. I thought you want to be in the best shape for whatever comes next.
I mean, considering you're sitting watching.
Oh, yes, well,
Talgrim,
I
best
am
wingman.
a connoisseur of other cultures, and this is just another way to discover more. And this is two cultures coming together in a violent upheaval, which is apparently potentially spicy. I don't know.
This was just a friendly spar. I'm not sure where.
It did appear very friendly. I mean, they ended up on top of
I
each
mean,
other. so-
let's be
I mean,
honest.
clearly.
That is the friendliest of encounters, if we're being real. So,
To be fair, if it wasn't a friendly spar, my armor would have stayed on.
I mean, you need that off. I'm gonna stop.
And you can now see that somehow A notebook has materialized and is hovering in front of Harvey, and there is a quill furiously writing.
This is the same vibes as the tongue lashing thing. Like,
Yes.
this is just like y'all are trying to recover, and everything you saying is just making it worse.
I'm getting so many clips right now.
Good.
Yes, you are. It's
Good.
great.
I feel like this is not what I think this means. I am not fully articulate at the moment. I'm going to I need to not see multiples of everyone.
Would you like some assistance there, Miss Ruby?
Yes, please. That would be very helpful.
Oh,
Would you like me to change the entire topic?
the entire topic.
I can actually assist with that. You mentioned my spear.
Yes.
Several times.
And Harvey kind of floats
And in
over to where
different ways.
Ruby is, and there are a couple of arms now made of solid light that appear underneath it
Oh.
and just help Ruby up and away.
Oh, Ruby, I'm
Thank
sorry. You
God.
said you were dazed?
Yeah, she was dazed. Mhm.
I've got 2 MPs left after this. 5 MPs. I'm giving you cleanse. It removes all effects.
Okay. But isn't that what Harvey was doing? Like, Harvey was taking me away?
I thought I was just lifting you up.
Harvey was-
Harvey's lifting her up and taking her away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't say
So
I
now
have to
you're
touch
fine
you.
and
You
leaving.
do not want to save that for our friend over there. He is actually experiencing some faculty difficulties as well.
True.
I've got Miss Ruby here.
Yeah.
Fulgrim, are you okay?
I
I thought you won that one. Mostly.
did.
Mostly.
Back of my head got slammed on the deck.
Ah.
That said, I've always been taught when you see two images of a person swimming, you aim between them.
His head got hit really hard. He lost his accent.
That happens sometimes.
It does. That said, you mentioned the spear.
Yeah. So she takes the spear off her shoulder, pops it on the ground to make it fully expand, and go, burning and shit, all ready for you.
Like feels the inscription, runs his finger along the blade itself. Which I'm guessing that blade feels hot to the touch.
I don't know.
It's a little weird, but it actually feels much colder than it did before.
Ooh.
Interesting.
And did you say you extended it?
Yes,
Yeah,
just
fully expanded it.
Yeah, the full expansion of the blade of the spear. You now see all of the runes that have been etched across it. And then closer to the hand wraps, you also see the little maker's mark. And then out of your peripheral, you notice the runes alight with kind of a reddish orange flame, one after the other. And then the very tip of the spear alights in flame.
Oh, now that is gorgeous.
And Harvey just kind of
Oh
looks
my.
like the orb
For
as
dinner
it's
and a
still
game
taking
played, oh my.
Ruby
For
away.
hashtag
Looks back,
bits bits.
Yes, they did a fantastic job. Only one explosion. And takes Ruby down the stairs.
Thank you, you two. I will cherish this artwork.
Thanks, I don't know why. It's a really shitty version of me, but I tried.
Sorry, I was just adding the George Takei Oh My to the sound bits in case anyone's
Oh.
interested.
So kind of take the spear, put it back in its compressed state, put it on his lap, redo everything, and get the vestments back on.
I suppose it is easier to get around when it's shrunken down more, isn't it?
It's easier to carry. I can hide it up my sleeve.
Man, that seems still really uncomfortable, though.
That is impressive. It could be hidden up the sleeve.
It's tricky.
I understand.
They usually are.
Yes.
You're making euphemisms.
Euphemisms.
That is what I said.
I don't believe in isms.
I'm not here, so I'm just gonna.
My innocent little biscuit is not the same as the person playing her. Oh,
I love it here so much.
God damn.
I do have to say something.
Game, y'all.
I do have to say something out of character. Sam, thank you for being the world's best straight man.
Yes.
I'm gonna go die.
I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Bit of both.
I guess. I have no
Little
idea.
column A, little column B.
Oh my gosh, and I'm not sure if straight is in reference to sexuality or how you're playing your character because either is correct and it's beautiful.
Mostly column B with like a hint of column A.
Right? Fulgrim is fairly straight-laced when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, that one's going down.
I love it.
Oh my god, this is all ridiculous and it's beautiful.
JRPGs, baby, let's go.
In doubt, flirt with your friends.
Yeah.
TTRPGs, let's be real. It is 1 part therapy, 1 part fantasy, 1 part flirting with everyone you know.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And those are all the best parts.
damn straight.
Quit.
And then there's the 4th part, trauma.
Trauma.
And then the trauma. Well, that part that's part of the therapy part.
Yeah.
Oh,
True,
Sam,
true.
why'd you gotta make it depressing?
Because it's Sam.
That's in character, though.
Oh
A little bit out of character, but
Oh my
mainly in character.
Why don't we get back to the sphere conversation? We were just there.
So you put your spear in your sleeve.
Sorry.
I mean, the optimal position is he kind of looks to his back where there's a slot for the actual spear's blade, almost like a short. Oh, God damn it, y'all!
So
Jesus
you're
Christ.
saying the optimal
Listen.
position is on your back?
You are the You are the one who said the optimal position, Sam.
This
did.
isn't gonna get better.
You
This just
absolutely
isn't
did.
gonna get better.
Sorry,
I don't got enough coffee for
I
this.
really thought that was intentional. I apologize.
No,
Not.
it wasn't. That's the best part.
That's the whole part about the best,
Best
straight man.
ever.
You know,
So the
Totally
optimal position
serious,
is on his
totally
back.
on,
I do understand
on
that.
topic.
I'm laughing so hard I'm crying.
that's good though. That's good though. Just slides. There's no way it can work. God damn it!
Nope. Not anymore.
Wait while you were behind, my dude.
Just slides it in the almost short sword-like sheath on his back.
Uh-huh.
God, no, it's
This
been
way,
sheathed.
it's simple to grab.
Many people do prefer it when it is simple to grab.
Quick access.
Oh my god!
I was not
Why do I feel
gonna.
like the only way out of this scene is literally like a fucking commercial break.
Yeah. I'd say we'll do this as the entendres begin to build. We'll transition over to where Harvey is now carrying a very dazed Ruby down the stairs.
Oh, y'all are gonna kill me.
Well, that looks like that was exciting.
It was a challenge, I think. It reminded me of my days in the Paladin Order when I was in combat.
I see. So you've always been a bit of a fighter then.
A bit. Unfortunately, that was not where any great, shall we say, talent lied. I am capable of defending myself, but I'm much more talented in magic.
I see. Well, given what we saw earlier, in your combat with those ruffians, your talents are quite formidable.
Thank you. Yes, when it comes to the arcane and the magical arts, it is something that is almost second nature to me. I believe it is my family's lineage that helps with that.
It runs in your family. Is that to do with, I think overheard you mentioned that you were descended from a djinn?
Yes, we are descended from the Djinn of Storms, specifically.
That's quite intriguing. Is that something that you can say for many folks from where you're from in the Valley of Storms?
Not everyone, but the way that our history is told, the first people who settled in the Valley of Storms were the Djinn. And not all of them were the Djinn of Storms. There were others of earth, of fire, of different elements.
I see. Well, that's very intriguing. Are there more of those folk down in the valley where you're from? Those descended? Do they all specialize, I assume, in those particular elements of magic?
That does not always hold true for everyone. For some, they are talented in similar ways to Fulgrim, where they can apply their magic in a martial way. Others, like myself, are much more attuned to the arcane, and she pauses for a moment. We can commune with spirits at times.
That's quite fascinating. I've always wanted to see something of that nature occur. When Magnus built me, he gave me something of a semblance of what could be, I guess, counted as a soul, more or less a consciousness, and I do not possess of any particular aptitudes for the arcane outside of my ability to manipulate what is the arcane elements of this here ship, but it would be most interesting to learn of those things. And he sets you down. As he's setting you down, you find that you're now inside of another of a white sterile room. He's setting you down upon a bed. Now that we're in the med bay here, let's get you all figured out. And one of the light arms kind of gestures to your entire self before those arms in fact kind of start to fizzle and then wink out altogether. The orb then goes over to a wall. Some light passes between it and the wall, and a large lamp begins to kind of descend from the ceiling just above you. And it's kind of emanating this very, very cool bluish light upon you. All right, now we just need to figure out exactly what get your attunements in order here. And there's more of this kind of chirping noises coming from the wall as he's still manipulating the lights back and forth between itself and said wall.
Is this any kind? Can this sense magic of any kind or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd say that given your natural kind of attunement to magic. Like you can definitely sense that there is magic emanating from that lamp.
Okay.
You can sense it's kind of like shifting, and it feels like, you know what? I think I will actually have you roll for this.
Oh, God.
Give me insight plus wisdom, please.
Okay, insight
Or-
plus wisdom. Let's go.
Your target is 10.
Okay, insight is a d10, so that's possible. And then wisdom. Where is my wisdom on this? Dex, might, willpower, insight.
I think it's willpower, isn't it?
Oh, willpower. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
willpower. That's what I
D10
meant.
6. Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think I
Part
did.
of my brain is still stuck in 5e.
That's all right. That happens. Oh, not great. It's a 3 and a 1 for a 4.
Okay, you sense the magic shift, but you can't quite. You are dazed. to
Still
the
dazed,
point
yes.
where it is escaping your grasp. It's like what this feels like. You know, it feels like something you felt before, but you can't quite get it there.
She like this because she is dazed and she sort of feels something happening. She's like she looks to Harvey and says, "You, Harvey, is this a thing? Something that can attune to? That is trying to attune to my magic abilities? Because if there is, there's something you should know."
That is very much the gist of what I am attempting. Yes, trying to ascertain the core of your magic, and I'm having a little. I admit I do seem to be having a fair bit of trouble, kind of pinpointing that.
That is because my abilities are divided. And there is something else, something a bit more unpredictable with my magics.
Well, all right then. Would you? And like Harvey turns to you, and there's no arm or anything, but there's the orb kind of like leans down a little bit, and you can see the aviators kind of push forward as if they're kind of looking at you over the top of the aviators. Would you feel comfortable like elucidating on that?
Ruby is like seeing double this, like it's doing the thing where, like, you know how it's not quite like a full double image, but it's doing the like the back and forth in her mind because we still haven't cleared the daze condition, and she is like, I don't want to destroy your instruments on accident, so I shall tell you, but do not tell the others. It is dangerous, and I do not wish to frighten them.
Well, you have my word on my maker.
Well, I know your maker, and they seem like a good person. But
They are one of the best people.
the magic of the djinn isn't the only thing I possess. Unfortunately, the Valley of Storms itself is a magical place and can be unpredictable. And as a child, I was exposed to something that left me with a bit more of a magical inclination. I suppose you would call it, in your language, entropy?
Oh. Well, that I'm familiar with.
Yes.
Prophet magic is not so unusual.
It is when you can channel darkness into weapons or steal the time from others.
I see your point. I imagine there would be a right number of folk that would, not to mince words, but kill for that kind of power.
Yes. That's why it is important that it remains hidden. As long as possible, anyway.
All right. Well, how about we do this? I'll get this machine attuned to you, and then I will delete all records of that attunement process so as to keep you safe.
Thank you very much. It is most appreciated.
And the glasses will reset themselves, and Harvey will kind of look up at you. Will then kind of move so that it is basically eye to eye with you, and then your common language, he will say, "It would be my honor to protect you, miss."
In my common language, like my. Oh, yay! And she thinks she's hearing things again, still dazed. We're still working on clearing that condition. She just sort of nods her head and responds in kind in her own language, and says, "Thank you for your service." Yeah.
It is nothing. Let's get that cleared from you, okay? And then he will move on, and there is another chirping of light. The lamp above shifts from that blue to like a beautiful, like black lit purple. And you feel it sync with your whole self.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes about 3 or 4 seconds. And that sense of dazed, that dizziness, that double sight clears. And still speaking in your home, in your native tongue. Okay, I think that should do it. How are you feeling?
I think Ruby's like body relaxes, kind of like that, like, oh, I'm okay now. I can breathe again. And she says, I am better now. But are you speaking? She realizes she's also speaking in her own language. She's, since when did you know my mother tongue?
Magnus has programmed me to. Excuse me. Wow. Magnus is programmed. Oh.
Time to redeem a hydrate. Let's go.
That's why I keep
Magnus is
cough
programmed.
drops nearby.
Yes.
I didn't know constructs could choke.
This is
Anything can choke if the guy try hard enough.
This is the name of the guy. Oh my god, he's the guy doing. Please continue.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna go down this road. We had a scene change for a specific reason.
He just got off
And
this
now
road.
I am imagining just Siri dirty talk.
We're hydrating right now, okay?
Yeah,
Totally.
Is that what we're calling this?
I gotta say,
Not
we
thirst
have
quenching?
definitely showed that we are a thirsty bunch of bitches.
No. You
So
don't
yes,
say.
hydrate, motherfucker.
Anyway, yep, we just made the gym get up and leave. We went.
Something with gross makes.
My work
Yes,
here
we
is
will.
done.
Yes. Oh, big bottle of water, and I'm gonna put that in my cap.
So you can give the big suck.
Like,
Oh, we were so close. Stop.
Gotta love the big.
I cannot be
Almost
stopped. I
escaped.
will not be
We go in
stopped.
leaders here.
once we've opened up a can of worms, so to speak. I think.
Indeed.
Anyway,
Indeed.
so, but yeah.
Harvey turns to you and says, Magnus has programmed a variety of languages into my database. Many from his travels and many from books and other media that he has acquired over the years.
I do not think that the Valley of Storms was. I did not think that our language was so common as to be found in the world. Perhaps.
Oh no, it is not. Magnus apparently paid your homeland a visit at some point.
Oh, I must ask him all about this. And like her cadence and the way that she's talking is so much more animated, in the way that like someone who is much more comfortable speaking this language would be, like a lot more of their personality, of her personality is present in the way that she speaks in this language. Just because, again, it's not common. She's not struggling to make sure her meaning gets across perfectly. She doesn't have to because she already knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And just, that's so. I would love to hear his stories of when he came to visit. Perhaps I was a child and did not remember, or perhaps he visited another tribe.
I do not know much about his travels. It was very much before I was created, clearly. But he is also a lot older than he appears. So it may very well be before you were born, or while you were young, or too young to remember. He got around a lot before he met with the current king of Anthem and, married her.
Oh my. That is good to know. Sorry, I speak to you special, so I'm stretching. But yeah, that is good. Very good to know. It's nice to be able to speak more naturally than before.
I'm glad to be able to help.
Yes, I cannot say I'm fully comfortable speaking common. It's my first time on a voyage of this nature.
I did notice that you seemed to be having some trouble, which is partially why I decided to reveal that you could speak to me in your native tongue.
Yes, I fear that my meanings are often misconstrued when I speak a little bit.
That can happen. The common tongue is a strange language.
Word.
It is. It's almost like it bastardized other languages in some back alley and then took the best parts of it.
That sounds about right. From what I understand, a good deal of the common tongue came from one of the other worlds from which one of the former heroes happened to come from. Something about, if I'm remembering if my database is correct, something about it also being a bastardized version of several languages that were taken during conquests and other travels and things. But apparently this Earth, or one of the Earths, or any of the Earths, or maybe even all of the Earths, is a strange and ridiculous place.
I much prefer the Valley of Storms. She starts trying to sit up. Like, can she sit up, or is this like a covered thing?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
she can absolutely sit up. The light has moved away, and Harvey is moving back towards the lights or back towards the wall, and is fiddling with that light panel again. And the light, as it is moving up, it doesn't even transition back to that blue. It was purple, and now it's just suddenly blue. And there is the data completely deleted and done with. There. Your secret is safe with me.
Thank you, Harvey. I appreciate it.
It is my pleasure.
Yes. I certainly hope that we are able to resolve this issue. I'm sure the others are waiting for me, so I should get back. Now that I'm not seeing more than one of you anymore.
Yes, I assume that would feel a lot. And he stops in the middle of, yes, I think we should get back up to the top deck quite soon, as I've just received a message from my main self.
Oh dear. Is there trouble?
And you see him kind of like waft to this back and forth a little bit. Not per se. You'll understand once we get everyone together.
She nods and like kind of hurries her way like out of the med bay area and like runs to grab her like cape and her staff as well, like on her way to gather with everyone.
And Harvey follows behind you. And as you both come back up the stairs, what are the rest of you doing? at this point? Are you still giving Fulgrim a hard time?
I think I think
a
that,
hard time.
You had to say it.
The
We
hardest.
were
I
doing
did.
so good.
I did.
I think we might just be essentially seeing what the spear can actually do now. Like, to be
lovely.
fair, we really didn't know what the sword did.
Yeah, so we've kind of
Really?
probably given Fulgrim some space, and we're
I'm-
like,
I mean, I kind of took it off the guy before he even had a chance to use it. So, like,
That's true.
like
you
it
can
could
definitely.
just be like, and it's on fire, or it could be like, and fireball. Like, we don't know. Like,
True. For
So,
all we know,
based
this
on-
enchantment could make the weapon act as an arcane focus.
what?
no, we don't know. That's
Oh,
just the point.
Exactly. We don't know.
So, based on what you've ascertained in the few minutes that you've had with the sword, with this not sword, it's not a sword anymore, with the spear so far, you can't seem to throw flame from it at all. The flame is very much localized to the spearhead, and part of the actual, like the upper part of the post as well. You do notice that there is a bit of there's a kind of like a cool air that surrounds you, Fulgrim, as you are moving with it, almost as if it's making it harder for heat to reach you. And so as Ruby and Harvey come up, Harvey kind of watches you kind of move and kind of test it.
He's probably
And-
going through a full kata with that spear.
And says, did the two ladies give you any heads up as to what that spear is capable of now?
I think I'm figuring something out. The blade itself seems to contain a lot of heat.
That's correct.
Should make cutting through things a lot easier, or piercing them.
That's correct. Yes, it does. It ignores. It seems to be able to ignore any kind of resistance or armor that might be being utilized by whatever opponent. It also gives you some kind of resistance to heat and fire magic yourself while you wield it.
That would explain why the blade still feels cool to the touch.
Yes, I feel as that is a very, very high probability that you are correct in that. I have not tried to use the blade myself. I would not know. But I do have a bit of an announcement for all of you, as my full body has passed along to me, that we are about an hour or so away from the Isle of the Meridian. And we should, if you'd like to rest and get some food, there are some noshes and beverages downstairs that may allot your not a lot. That's not the word I wanted to use. That may aid in the replenishing of your health and also whatever magical reserves you might have depleted. By that I mean we have health potions and elixirs downstairs to assist, as well as food and snacks and things. We did not blow them all up when we were working downstairs.
Wunderbar.
The health potions will be useful, I think. I know Talgrim and I need to restore our magic. Or at
Yes,
least
the elixirs there will be much helpful in that regard.
In the last hour that we have, I don't know what the potion making system is like in this, but I know I can do that.
Yes, and that's something that we can definitely, because we've got a few minutes left. We can definitely tackle that at the beginning of our next episode.
Yeah, because I did pick up Potion Rain as
Hell yeah.
one of my skills. So
Hell yeah, I like that.
if I still have a little bit of time to create some potions, I'm gonna do that.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In the hour that it takes to get from here to there, and we'll like I said, we'll RP some of that in our next episode. 100%. We'll fucking make some potions. I'm excited for that because I haven't done that yet. So very good. But the camera, as you all begin to head downstairs, the camera will pull away and will speed ahead of the ship as it travels, still very quickly for an airship, towards the coast of Meridian. And it will get a bit, the camera will pan in and will get a bit further inland, and will then fall very quickly towards land. And there's a great deal of like marshland and forest that it passes as it makes its trajectory, until it appears into a village. Tall trees covered in structures that resemble huts and houses and small buildings. Some of them carved into the trees, some of them being carved out and apart from the trees, with stairs and rows of steps and walkways all across the treetops. Again, some of them carved into the trunks of the trees themselves, and many of them attached and added on as part of kind of expanding stairways and walkways. Sitting in a central hut, which is very beautifully adorned in beautiful like feathered thatch work and tiling, colors of like blues, greens, yellows, oranges, many like beads hanging in front of doorways and windows. The windows themselves are like beautifully stained glass, with like lovely designs and things kind of pressed into them. The doorway is an arched doorway. The door itself made of that same stained glass, and the design in the stained glass is of a species of creature that you all know as the Avid. They are the bird folk. And to kind of give a point of reference, for those of you who have played Legend of Zelda, they are very much the Rito. And one of these bird folk, with head up, beak open in almost in song, with winged hands spread up towards presumably the sky. The stained glass figure is dressed in all manner of beadwork and robes. And as we go, the camera will just kind of phase through the door. And sitting on the floor is a young person, a young Avid person. The blue feathers, beautiful, like royal blue feathers, lovely, slightly curved yellow beak, bright green eyes. They are wearing a kind of a halter top with a like a robed vest on top of it. Next to them, on the floor as they sit, is a holster holding a pistol. But in front of them, in their hands, are the remains of a very large egg. And from that egg, there are some very pronounced as from that egg, a white, snowy owlbear cub emerges. The young Avid takes a hand and kind of rubs it across the downed feathers of the chick, and presses its own head to the owlbear's head. Says, "I'm going to take care of you. Your name's Percival now. You're mine." And from another room, divided by kind of a curtain of beads, steps out a very much feminine-shaped Avid in very fancy robes, very highly decorated, many beads, many jewels, paint where normally like someone of like a high authority and kind of like a tribal situation might have face paint along their actual face. This woman has face paint along her beak that denotes her of her station and her position in the tribe. And she looks down at the young Avid. "Malvolio, my child, we must get ready. We have visitors approaching. And if you are to help ascertain a way to save us, we need you at your best." And young Malvolio kind of looks up. "I know, Mother. Just establishing, I'm making sure that Percival can imprint properly." The woman nods. "Soon you will inherit all that I am. It is time that we move forward, or else there will be no village, no meridian at all left for you to protect, my child. Someday you will be chief, so you must do your duty." Malvolio closes their eyes and takes a deep breath. "As you wish, Mother." The camera will pan out again, and we will see the rest of the village. Much of it very, very beautiful, beautifully decorated, beautifully built. And then we go to another half, where it and several acres of outer lands of Meridian are beginning to sink into the sea. And that is where we're going to end our session.
Excellent.
Dang.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Sphinx.
Indeed.
Now,
Thank all of you for hanging out and playing with us.
oh yeah,
And watching.
and thank you everyone for stuck around. We really appreciate it. What we're going to do now is we're going to let these lovely, lovely people tell you where you can find them working on their projects on the mighty, mighty internets. And then we're going to go ahead and take our audience and we're going to raid out into another stream. So all that means is you guys just hang out for a couple minutes after the stream ending screen comes up, and we will decide who to raid, and we'll go into there from there. I'm going to take us a couple minutes to do that. But I did want to say, remember, we're still trying to do fundraising for Dinner in a Game. So anything we can do to raise any funds is going to go directly back to operating costs. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of real life stuff that's come up, and so I do not have the disposable income for Dinner in a Game anymore. So we're going to try and find another way to keep things at the quality they're already at. So if you guys want to help with that, we have a really great merch store that I built out. It is basically loaded up with Dinner in a Game clothing and apparel and accessories. and it pretty much has everything you could want to find. Like, this is a Dinner to Game shirt here, and it says, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And it's just a hand throwing some dice into a dice tower. So and I'm getting ready to work on another one, which was translating GM to player. Are you sure you want to do that? Is stop it, dumbass.
Love that.
So
Maybe
anyway,
don't.
maybe don't. So yes,
Maybe you should not do that.
I feel like you should just have a list of all these different phrases.
that's what's
And
gonna
all
have.
of their translations are you sure you want to do this?
No, the translations are not that. Are you sure you want to do that? Is a statement. It has a translation.
Dumbass.
And one of
Are
my
you
other
sure you want to do that? Maybe don't.
one of my other favorites is "So you touch it."
So you touch it.
Make my
Translation:
day.
Please fucking touch it.
That's the
Please
problem
don't rush it.
with
It might not end well for you, but I want you to do it.
Listen, I have a druid that does exactly that. The DM loves her. What happens if I touch it? She's been cursed, burned, frozen. It's great.
Some
I think another favorite is, what exactly are you trying to do?
Oh, that one has a shorter version. You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's not a question of, oh, you're trying something that's crazy. It's, I need to make sure I understand what dumbassery
crazy
you're trying.
to do.
It's like, hold on. I want to make sure I'm on the same page as you.
What exactly do you want to do? Translation. How does that work?
Are you sure you want to jump? I did tell you how high it was. All right, but yes, if you guys want to check that out, you can go to our merch store and look at that. We have a ton of stuff going that's on there, and we also have stuff like our branded deal with Many Worlds Taverns, and that is basically you get 10% off of your orders when you use the links that I'm about to put up in chat. Is it Many World or Many Worlds? There it is, Many Worlds. Many Worlds. So, yes, and you get 10% off your orders there, and right now they're still doing the, if you order $60 or more, you get free shipping. So if you use the link that's in there to place your order, we'll get actually 10% of your order total as a thank you from Many Worlds Taverns for helping them out. And you guys get a 10% discount as a thank you from us and Many Worlds Taverns for shopping with them. They're an excellent, ethically sourced company. They have great product, teas, coffees, everything like that. They have amazing art that they actually do sell on like play mats and stuff like that. So if you guys want to go check that out, please do. Use the link we gave you, and you can help us out as well as get some really great coffees and teas. Their masala chai is probably one of my favorite teas. Probably one of my favorite teas.
Yeah.
But all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let these people tell you where you can find them, and then we'll get out of your hair for the evening. So let's start out with who wants to go first? Oh God,
I volunteer.
Okay.
As tribute.
I volunteer as tribute. Hello, everyone. I am Sphinx Akasha, your champion of bards, your quote-unquote fantasy daddy. You can find me just about everywhere on the internet at Sphinx Akasha or at the Everbright or the Everbright Archive. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, you can find me right here with Dinner in the Game, playing Emerald Sanctums, our World of Darkness open splat game, or Kingdoms of Mist, our 5e campaign, very much inspired by Treasure Planet. It's a great time. Check both of those out. On Saturdays, you can find me with ADH Adventures as we swap back and forth on alternating Saturdays between Heroes Arc and Unlicensed Magic War Crimes. On Sundays, also with ADH Adventures, playing in The Tale That Never Was. But you can also find me now in my new podcast series. It's an TTRPG actual play podcast anthology series called The Everbright Archives. It features some really, really talented creators. Our very own Madness Diamond, the amazing and our also very own Selkie Cove, the fantastic and brilliant Bardic Sweet Tea, and the absolutely amazing and iconic Bryniersa, who are all at my table this cycle. We're all going to be telling some amazing stories using different TTRPG systems. And this prequel this miniseries that we're playing in is actually a prequel story to the game that I'm running currently in the Everbright Archive called The Last Story. So please check that out. You're going to meet some. You're going to get a little bit of insight into the world, into Phaedos, that you can kind of bring to the episodes and have a little bit more context as to what's going on. So yeah, check us out. We'd love to have you. And yeah, that's me. Keep to the storied path, and may the dice roll ever in your favor.
Dun, dun, dun. Who you passing it to, sir?
I'm gonna pass it to Miss Liz. How you doing, baby girl? How you doing? How you doing, baby? Go on and get it.
Take a moment to recover.
Fine. It's fine. But yes, I am Miss Liz. I am obviously here with Sam and Sphinx on Wednesdays for this game and for when we have Kingdoms of Mist, which I'm very excited to get back to. You can find me also over on the Starfield on Mondays, where we are airing our pre-recorded episodes of our Werewolf the Apocalypse game that Sam's lovely wife Em is running. And then later in the day, we actually record an episode. This coming Monday will be the second of our 3 prologue episodes, featuring that one Warlock solo. Very excited to watch that and find out what happens, because I have no idea what happened during their session. And we are also this month, when the episodes go live, are raising money for Trans Lifeline. And if you want more information about that, you can check out Renowned, because this is something that they've put together.
Absolutely. And who are you going to pass it to?
I'm gonna pass it to Vixie.
It's me. Oh no. Hi everybody. My name is Vixie Bell, and I've been your friendly neighborhood player here at the dinner and at the gaming table. You can find me here for Fabula Ultima with the amazing Sphinx Akasha, or as the GM, or you can find me over at our Cyberpunk Red. That's not really Cyberpunk Red right now, with Ray every other Fridays. I'm not sure when we're starting that back up again, but soon.
Not this Friday, but next Friday.
The following Friday. But yeah, it is a Inception style game at the moment where we've all entered a dream dance, but it's a game of Monster Hearts. And my crazy netrunner named Bowie has become a goth girl named something else. But yeah, you gotta check it out.
Rowan. You named her Rowan.
Yeah, Rowan.
Right. I had to name her Rowan.
I was really hoping the name was just something else.
No,
So was I, kind of.
Rowan. I was pulling from the Willow trope because Willow from Buffy. But anyway, so yeah, you should watch us. They just had like the grossest shake contest. Goblins in that game.
No, I am not reliving that.
I don't want to. I can't unsee it. There's not enough bleach in the world. Anyway, so that's where you can find me here at Dinner in the Game. You can also find me over at the Pocket Dragon Pub, where I run and play games as well. And we just ran a new game, the Nuwaden Chronicles, which is by a couple of creators who were super into Warhammer. But the game itself, well, I thought it was going to be crunchy. It was not. It was actually a lot of fun. I'm really happy that we had those creators on board. So feel free to check that out at the Pocket Dragon Pub. You can follow me on socials over at Pocket Dragon Pub or at Vixie Bell or at Vixie Bell Cosplay to find out what I'm up to and what I'm doing. Also, I think the Lunar Cafe Kids on Bikes that I did with Arcane Focus D&D, that's on YouTube as well. So that's another place that you can catch me. And I have a lot of stuff coming up that is going to be on socials because it's going to be a 3-minute long spiel, and I don't want to do that to you guys here when we're trying to get off. Anyway, I'm going to take my happy little ball and pass it over to Dice Goblin Black Cat because they're awesome.
Aw, you're sweet.
Yeah.
And a liar. No,
How dare you? How dare you say that?
Hi, everyone. I am Dice Goblin Black Cat. Despite the raccoon appearance, I make dice as well as content and playing TTRPGs on the internet because I have to escape this hellscape that we call reality somehow. But you can find me on most platforms as Dice Goblin Black Cat, except for X, which is Fate Fortune Dice, because character limits. But you can also find my products at fateandfortunedice.com. Everything is currently 50% off because I'm trying to implement some new products here in the new year. But I need to get rid of old stock to do that because my workshop is small.
I'm sorry, did you think we were selling dice?
Loads and loads. But yes, you can find me TTRPG wise here on Dinner and a Game every other Friday with Vixie playing in our strange meta game
that you're
where I get to play a German psychologist with a pet tortoise who is trying to keep them from going insane by playing someone by the exact same name in a game. It's a game inside of a game where we're playing a TTRPG where we're playing a TTRPG. It's great. But you can catch that starting not this Friday, but next Friday again for the new year. And hopefully we'll figure out what we're actually going to be playing in the long term eventually.
okay.
But then you can also catch me every Thursday, much earlier in the day, over on the Starfield playing Masks: A New Generation as the doomed character Cassandra, which is a lot of fun because we get to play like basically Teen Titans, but our idiot versions of them.
Yeah.
At least it's not Teen Titans Go version.
Yeah, no, nobody
No.
likes
But yeah, that's
didn't
where you
play
can find
Go.
me along with here. And I'll go ahead and make Sam do this crap.
Crap, you say. Crap, you say. That was amazing, all of you. Crap. How dare you?
Outro's stuck. Who likes talking about themselves like this? That is a...
If you do it enough, it just becomes a spiel, and then it stops messing with you.
Spiel already, Sam.
God.
Do the
What is
thing.
up, y'all? What is up, y'all? I'm Sam, Markov and Co on most socials, as most of y'all already freaking know. If you're looking to see more stuff that I'm involved with, tune in here on Wednesdays, of course, as we pick back up with Kingdoms of Mist, I believe next week.
Yes.
Perfect. Kingdom of Mist next week. You can see me on this coming Friday over on the Starfield. We're probably going to be doing some Marvel Rivals. Probably getting my ass handed to me, but you know what? We play certain characters for a reason. We'll figure it out. Tuesday, you can actually catch me twice. Once in the midday, probably around 2 or 3 o'clock, as we pick up where we left off after the test run with the Soul Link. And in the late evenings, over on ADH Adventures, as we pick back up our 5e game where I get to play a sorcerer.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yay!
Was that everything?
Unless there's somewhere that I am that I either completely forget I am or I have no idea where I am.
Which is
Constant state
absolutely
of
possible.
I don't think so.
That's
No,
why
that
I'm pretty
sounds
sure
like
that's
everything.
on socials.
Excellent. And you can find all these amazing people's links and Dinner and the Games link to our link tree in the chat right now. If you guys could do me any favor, it would be to go back to these people's links and give them a follow on their own content. They are all amazing creators in their own right. They do incredible work, and they all deserve your love and affection. So do that for me, and I will consider us even. But if you could, guys, give us just a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and go to the ending screen, and we're going to find someone to raid, but that is going to take a little bit of time, so give us a few minutes to do that. But I did want to remind you guys of one thing. You need to take care of yourselves. So do what you can, when you can, where you can, to keep yourself safe. That means wear a mask if you can. Social distance when you can. Almost all of us went to, the last one was PAX U, and like everyone except Vixie got COVID. Because Vixie stayed the mask the whole fucking time.
Wear a mask. Yeah.
And so, yeah, everyone got COVID. Like, one of our sister stream, the one Sam's on, they were down for, what, 2 weeks after they got back from PAX U?
Well, they got hit with it once, and then just as they were starting to get better, they got a follow-up
Oh,
with
Yeah.
something else.
Oh yeah, they got to stick with something else. So they basically went through everything. But yes, do what you can to protect yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because at Dinner and Game we will always save you a seat at the table. We want to make sure you have all your spell slots available so you can enjoy that table. Now, as I said, we wish you all a very good night. We're going to put up the ending screen, and we will be jumping onto another stream, so just give us a few minutes to find that, and we love you all so much. Have a great, great evening.
Stay in the wild alone, no need for a crew. I've got my flaws and bonds and wish you well on your way. Wait, could I extend the quest full of mayhem? There is something dangerous in the plan. This game, it warms my heart, proved in the fire as our walls break down, and the years of brawls, every level better as we raise the bar, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop, so let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with unknown. Great adventures fighting ogres, please don't let the game be over.
You suggest a quest and you know I'm hooked. If we forget, we'll check the handbook and it's okay. Stay. It might take hours to kill this dragon, but don't you wanna be the champions when we play? This game, it warms my heart. Choose who we are and then we play the part. And let's dungeon crawl. Now I'm looking deadly with a +1 roll, and I'm on the job. Magic items in every shop.
So let me win you over. Grab some dice, become a hoarder, gather paper and a sword, join with our crew, kill beholders from the tavern on the corner to a battle with unknown. Great adventures fighting over.